Swinging a fly ball to left field deep. Way back! Way back! This ball is gone! A walk-off home run! Newport Gulls win it here in the 11th.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Branham sets, kicks, and deals. Swinging and a strike three. The Newport Gulls are 2009 Eastern Division champions.
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Swinging a high drive to deep right. Oh, is this ball crushed? Way back and gone. Joey Manning with a towering shot. Swinging a high drive to deep left. And you can forget about it. Cal Conley with his third home run of the game.
Stay tuned. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his 7th season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Nick Lima.
Hello and welcome to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where tonight it's Game 3 of the NECBL Eastern Division Championship Series. The Newport Gulls take on the North Shore Navigators. Creighton Bear the start for the Navs, and Jeff Brown, the 3-time Newport Gull, will take the mound tonight for Newport. It's exciting playoff baseball. George Bissell joins me now. George, looking forward to a great game here for Game 3.
Well, another great game tonight in this rivalry between the North Shore Navigators and the Newport Gulls. Last night, the All-Ivy League matchup, and Mark Johnson got the better of Eric Eatington. And they both hailing from Dartmouth and Harvard, the matchup. But the Gulls just a tough night all around. They only managed 3 hits, left the tying runs on base in the 9th. But today's a new day, and Game 3, the series is on the line. A trip to the NECBL Championship games is on the line. So it all comes down to this, and there's nobody else the Gulls would want on the round than Jeff Brown. A 3-time Gull, a veteran, and he just knows how to battle, and he's going to give everything he's got tonight for the Gulls. Should be a great game.
Either the Northampton Steeple Cats or the Danbury Westerners await. They play a Game 3 of their own tonight in North Adams, Massachusetts for the Western Division Championship Series. But Jeff Brown will have the start tonight for the Newport Gulls as they get set to host the North Shore Navigators. Newport is 5-3 against the Navigators overall this summer after going 4-2 against them in the regular season, and it was Jeff Brown who had a complete game, 1-run, 4-hitter against the Navigators for the regular season finale at North Shore on July 31st. Well, certainly Jeff and the Navigators familiar with each other. We'll have the full pregame show coming up next here on Game 3 of the NECBL Eastern Division Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Our pregame show continues here prior to Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship. The Newport Gulls won Game 1 of the series 5-4. It was a nail-biter, played here at Cardines Field 2 nights ago. And after a 4-run first inning for Newport, not much else was done offensively for the remainder of the game. It was the defense that carried the Newport Gulls, and a big part of that was catcher Bryce Nugent, gunning down 3 batters.
Mayfield leads off second. He's off and running on the pitch. The throw, swing and a miss, and he is out at third. Maybe a botched hit and run there. Swing and a miss from Hamlet. Strike 2 on him.
Huge second out here for the Newport Gulls as that big runner in the scoring position is eliminated.
That's 2 straight games.
The 0-1. Taken high, in there for strike, throw to second. It is in time, he got him. Bryce Nugent guns down, Braxton Craven at second, and that's the out that retires the side. Look at the replay as Nugent fired a strike right down to the shortstop bench shot. Craven knew it. Let's pick up Newport Gulls public transit. Staple of Newport the last few seasons. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Here's a throw down to second, and it is in time, he got him. Bryce Nugent guns down his 3rd base runner of the night, and that's out number 2.
Newport Gulls all-star catcher Bryce Nugent gunned down 3 runners, first nailing Jack Mayfield at 3rd in the 5th, Braxton Graven at 2nd in the 7th, and then Cody Dent for a key second out in the 8th inning. And then it was Newport's closer, all-star Seth Simmons, the fireman, who came in to lock down the side in the bottom of the 9th.
at the belt. The pitch. Ground ball hit to leg. He fields it. He has it close to first, and the Newport Gulls are one win away from another championship series berth. The Gulls defeat the North Shore Navigators, and a nail-biter here, 5-4 the final score. Game 1 victors send the series tomorrow to North Shore.
So while the Newport Gulls took Game 1, the Navigators did live to play again after they took Game 2, 2-0 last night. George Bissell spoke with Eric Eatington, last night's starter and the tough luck loser, after the game.
Series shifts back to Newport for Game 3, the final deciding game, as the Newport Gulls dropped a tough one tonight. They left the tying runs on base in the form of Chris Forston and Derek Legg in the top of the ninth, and the Navs escaped with a 2-0 win over the Newport Gulls here in Game 2. The interview with the Gulls player of the game is next. You're listening and watching the NECBL Broadcast Network. Here after a tough Game 2 loss by Newport Gulls starting pitcher tonight, Eric Eatington. Eric, you were outstanding tonight. 6 2/3, only 2 runs. You had 5 strikeouts, only a couple walks. You kept your team in the game.
Yeah, I went out there and battled. I didn't quite have my best stuff. I guess I was kind of only got away with 2 runs. I wish it would have been less, but it was just a tough game.
It's just a very tough game to watch, especially when your offense only had 1 hit through the first 8 innings. Well, you guys were definitely into that game in the ninth. You had the tying runs on base. So you guys had some momentum going.
Yeah, I thought 9th inning there we got tying run on base. Had a shot, so maybe we'll get them tomorrow.
Yeah, we have to carry that momentum from that ninth into the game tomorrow. You guys are going to have to get a win. Jeff Brown on the hill. Can we expect big things from him?
Yeah, definitely feeling good about that. We know Brown, I think, will complete game against these guys last week, so feeling pretty good with him going tomorrow and getting home field. So should be a good game.
All right, well, good job tonight, Eric. I know a tough loss, but wish you the best of luck tomorrow night in Game 3.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, there's Eric Eatington of the Newport Gulls. It's only fitting that 3-time Gull Jeff Brown, the veteran of this club, gets the start tomorrow in the Game 3, the deciding game of the series between the Gulls and the North Shore Navigators. You're watching the pregame show, the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Thank you, George. Now George Bissell will continue the Newport Gulls pregame show next as we look forward to tonight's Game 3. Gulls head trainer, a longtime member of the Newport Gulls organization, Norm Provost, joins George Bissell for the Gulls Eye View as the pregame show continues on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Thanks, Nick, and welcome to the Gulls Eye View. Joining me today is my guest, Norm Provost, the head trainer of the Newport Gulls. Norm, how are you doing today?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Now, how long have you been the head trainer with the Newport Gulls?
For the last 4 years.
And what's your favorite memory of your time here in Newport?
It's got to be last year winning the championship here at home. That's probably my favorite memory.
How about this season? I know there's been a lot of interesting things. You've been in the dugout. You've been a major part of this team all year.
I guess my favorite thing this year is just seeing this team come together. They struggled early on. A lot of guys coming in late and seeing them put together a 10-game winning streak at the end of the year. That's probably my favorite thing.
Now, a lot of us in the stands here see the players with the ice, their arms taped up after the games. That's all you, right?
Yeah, some of the pitchers, they have ice on their shoulder, their elbow after the game. Some of the players get banged up, but yeah, that's me.
So it must be interesting to work with a manager like Mike Coombs on a daily basis. What does he tell you when there's an injured player? Does he tell you to get out there? What does he do?
Mike says the players won't tell him a damn thing. They won't tell him a word if they're injured, so he asks me all about if there's any injuries or what anybody has said, and they pretty much don't talk to him. They talk to me, and we go by case-by-case basis.
Another position that you see a lot of typically injuries, fingers taped up, catching position. I've seen Bryce taking shots off the mask, Forston as well. You always got to keep an eye on the catchers, not only for injuries like on the hand, concussions as well probably.
Catchers are the toughest kids on this team. They get beat up every game, and it doesn't matter what they have hit or what they have fouled off. They just shake it off and go from there. Every time I ask them if they're all right, they say, yeah, we're fine. No big deal.
I saw you made the trip up yesterday with the team. I saw you out in the outfield in the pregame, shagging some fly balls. You look good out there, man.
Yeah, running around a little bit, stretching my legs out. But I don't know. They got a loss last night, so I'm not going to do that anymore.
What do you think of their chances here in Game 3? Jeff Brown, there's no one else you'd rather have on the mound if you're the Gulls, right?
Brownie's been here for 3 years. He's He's always been consistent. He's a gamer, and he's been here before. So I think his experience is going to really help out in today's game.
All right, well, thanks for joining me, Norm. We want to wish you and the Gulls best of luck the rest of the season.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, there you have it. Head trainer of the Newport Gulls, Norm Provost. That's it for the Gulls Eye View. Manager Mike Coombs joins Nick Lehman next for the Manager's Show. This is the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
And welcome back here at Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. Now time for the Manager Show, joined, as always, by Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs. Skip, how are you today?
Great. I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing well, and it seems it always comes down to this. Game 3 of a division championship series here at Cardines Field in Newport.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is good hard baseball, two good teams, battling it out to see who goes to the finals, and that's the way it should be every year.
After a 10-10, 500 June for the Newport Gulls, the month of July was just spectacular. Newport went on a 11-game winning streak, 8 games to finish the regular season, 3 straight playoff games, and finally sword snapped last night. Really, first talk about the streak, just one of the longest streaks in franchise history.
Just very, very proud of the ball players, the way they performed the month of July. It's just how Chuck Pava planned it. He goes, June is basically our spring training, and then we get it all together for the month of July, and that's where we need to kick it in and get it going. And that's what the players did. It was amazing. Everybody asked me, what did you do? And I wake up every morning, I put my shorts on, go downtown, have a cup of coffee. I didn't do anything any different. They are the ones that stepped it up. They are the ones that made the plays, swung the bat, pitched, field, got up and went to camp every day and did that. So that's a tribute to them. It's amazing how much they did, and in a short time what they did and how they did it to get where we are right now. 2
of those 8 wins towards the end of the regular season came off the arm of Gull starter Jeff Brown, who's back in the starting rotation, and this is his 3rd season with the Newport Gulls. He's been very reliable in the postseason. Was outstanding in relief in 2009, 15 strikeouts and just 2 walks. And, of course, in 2008, he had that spot start against the Pittsfield Dukes.
Yeah, Brownie is a good guy to have. He's very, he's really into it. And that's what I love about Brownie. Every ball game, every day he's out here, he's into it. And, he has a share of clown around doing stuff like everybody does, but when he gets serious and he wants it, and that's what I've seen from Brownie in the past, and I'm glad to give him the ball and let him have this game tonight.
Looking at the tail end of the Newport Gulls bullpen, Seth Simmons and Mike Francisco were outstanding all the year, but they were used in the first 3 games of postseason play. What will the end of the bullpen look like tonight if the Gulls find themselves in a close game?
Same thing. Be the same deal. I mean, you want Brownie to have a complete game, but if he, he goes, just depends. You don't know. So you lay it out and you let the game come to you, and then, you look at your role guys to see what we need to do, and we go from there.
The Gulls find themselves in a do-or-die situation, as do the Navigators here tonight. Will it be all hands on deck?
Never die. Never die. Just go out and do it. And whichever team goes. And the other team's been very supportive of each other here. We know each other. We've played each other 6-7 times now, and we're 2 good ball teams, and whoever goes home is a champion in my book. Whoever goes on is a champion in my book. So I mean, that's the game of baseball. It's it's good stuff.
Recapping the series so far, Game 1 was played 2 nights ago here at Cardines Field. Wasn't the prettiest game of the season for either team. A few errors in the game, a few defensive miscues, but it was the Gulls that hung on in the late innings with the 5-4 victory and capitalized on a couple of miscues from North Shore.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, the first inning for North Shore last time was, pretty hectic for them. It was a hard one, but the guys settled down and their offense came back, and so we struggled to, get any more runs on the board. Got 1 more on the board, and they just kept coming back at us, and that's how baseball is. Sometimes you get a bunch of runs, and then all of a sudden you don't get any more. And but you're trying to do the same things over and over again. The pitcher's trying to make adjustments. You're trying to make adjustments, and sometimes it just doesn't come.
Eric Eden gave you everything you needed last night, a quality start. He was the tough luck loser as the Newport Gulls ran into some tough North Shore pitching once again.
Yeah, that guy threw against us about a week ago, something. And he threw the ball well then, too. So, I mean, that kid got a good arm and knows what to do with the ball. And so you got to tip your hat to him. He did a good job.
Tonight in Game 3, the Navigators will send Creighton Bear to the mound. Some say that he's their ace. Of course, he was the Game 1 starter against the Sanford Mainers. And in that game, a 1 hour and 22-minute contest, he had a complete game shutout, allowing just 5 hits.
Good for him. That's outstanding. That's what you like to see from your starting pitchers, to go out and do that stuff. So hopefully Jeff Brown will be on that end tonight.
So far, it's been much of a defensive series for both of these teams. The offense has been a bit slow. Came to Kroger back in the 3 spot again here tonight. What does he have to do to pick up his bat as do other Gulls?
Get hits. I mean, you got to swing the bat and see what you come up with. The whole thing, and I've told the kids all year long, and I don't know what they hear at school. I'm sure they hear great things and good things, but for me, it's pitch selection. You get a pitch you can drive, you get a pitch you can hit and handle. That's what you got to look for. If you don't, you hit the pitcher's pitch, you get behind on the count, then you're going to hit his pitch, and 9 times out of 10, you pop out, ground out, or strike out. But if you get your pitch, you can have a head-on wreck with it and drive it.
Some plays that we haven't talked too much about this season, Bryce Nugent and Connor Harrell. Nugent in Game 1 gunned down 3 base runners for the North Shore Navigators, and then Harrell has also had a pretty good playoffs so far, not only defensively in the outfield, running down some tough balls out there, but he's been swinging the bat well, too.
Both guys have been doing the job all summer, You just, Bryce has got a good arm back there. He gets rid of the ball very well. So, he had a great game the other night, threw out a couple runners, and those were key, big time. Connor's done a good job. He swung the bat. He gets them in the outfield, and so that's been a plus.
So overall, what are the keys tonight for the Newport Gulls in Game 3 as they continue their search for championship number 5?
Pitching, defense, and some timely hitting. Those would be the 3.
Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight in Game 3 against the North Shore Navigators in the championship series.
Thanks, Nick.
That's our pregame visit with Mike Coombs. Newport Gulls baseball is next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. First, we'll take a look at Game 2 of this series. James Smythe of the North Shore Navigators has a preview of a recap, actually, of last night's game. And then, of course, the pregame show continues with the starting lineups, out-of-town scores, and much more still to come as the pregame show continues on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. The Gulls, they continue their quest towards championship number 5. Newport going for the sweep. Navs trying to force it to a deciding Game 3. For the Navigators, it's the lefty, Michael Johnson. In comes Dan Gamache. Swings at the first pitch, and it's a comebacker right at Johnson. He snared the line drive. For the Newport Gulls is lefty Eric Edenton. Count now 3 balls and 2 strikes on Melchionda, with Graven the first run of the game in scoring position. And here's his payoff pitch. Lined into center field. Harrell on the run going back, and it's over his head, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. In to score Braxton Graven. It's an RBI double for Anthony Melchionda. And he has the Navigators in front 1-0 in the first. Here's Connor Harrell, and he swings the first pitch and lines it in left. It's a base hit. First base hit of the ball game, and Connor Harrell going for 2. Here's the throw, and he is out at second base. Banos with a good throw and a great relay from Cody Dent and Matt Hamlet. Connor Harrell outstretching 7-6-4. Dent on at third with 2 down. In the bottom of the third, Navs in front 1-0, looking for more. Check swing, and the ball's going to get away from Forston. Coming in to score is Cody Dent. And the Navs get that second run without the benefit of a hit.
Michael Johnson, despite a single and a walk, has now faced the minimum through 4 innings. 1-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
LG went around on a low breaking ball. And once again, Johnson has faced the minimum.
Michael Johnson, spectacular, pitching into the 7th inning. That one grounded softly to second. Hamlet's got it. He throws over to first in time. He's faced the minimum 21. Eric Eatington's ninth over. A great start, 6 2/3 innings of 3 hit ball, 2 runs, 3 walks, a hit batter, and 5 strikeouts. Michael Johnson, 8 shutout innings of 1 hit ball, and the Navigators are 3 outs away from forcing a Game 3 in Newport tomorrow night. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It'll be another 2-2 from the lefty Johnson to the righty Connor Harrell. The windup and the pitch. Called strike 3 at the letters. Michael Johnson, another strikeout, his 4th, and the Navs are 1 out away. The 1-0 delivery is lined into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Chris Forston with a 2-out single, the first hit Michael Johnson has allowed since the 3rd inning.
The Gulls' last hope here in Game 2 lies with Derek Legg.
The pitch. Line, base hit into left field. Newport not going away quite yet. A pair of 2-out singles now have the tying run aboard. The go-ahead run coming to the plate in the dangerous Dan Gamache. Michael Johnson was given an opportunity to go for the complete game shutout, and he was 1 out away. He exits after a remarkable performance. Hunter Rivers coming on to go for the final out.
Michael Johnson gets a standing ovation from the crowd here at Frazier Field.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Navs trying to extend the series. Rivers out of the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to second. Hamlet's got it. He throws over to first. In time, the North Shore Navigators stay alive with a 2-0 win here at Frazier. And in the words of the great Jack Buck, we'll see you tomorrow night. Cardines Field in Newport will be the stage. Creighton Bear against Jeff Brown, 2 great left-handed pitchers with a bid in the NECBL Championship Series on the line.
I thank James Smythe for the audio cut and the highlights of Game 2. Game 3 coming up tonight here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Newport Gulls baseball is next here in Game 3 of the NECBL Eastern Division Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And hello once again from Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm Nick Kalima alongside James Smythe and George Bissell. And this is Game 3 of the NECBL Eastern Division Championship Series. It all comes down to this, the season on the line for the Newport Gulls and the North Shore Navigators. The winner of tonight's game will be crowned Eastern Division champion and move on to face either North Adams or Danbury in the League Championship Series to start tomorrow. Looking forward to a great game here tonight after Newport took the first game at home 5-4 2 nights ago. North Shore with the win last night 2-0.
What a game it was, Nick. Michael Johnson pitching a gem to extend the series. He went 8 2/3 shutout innings on just 3 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. He had faced the minimum 26 through 8 2/3 thanks to a couple of double plays, and the lone hit of the game prior to the 9th was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Chris Forston and Derek Legg had singles off Johnson to rally in the 9th. Jeff Waldron called on closer Hunter Rivers to get the final out, and he got Dan Gamache. A wild ride yesterday and a very tense 9th inning. But it results in a win for the Navigators, and now it's winner take all here at Cardines.
The Newport Gulls celebrating their 10th anniversary season here in Newport, the 12th year of franchise history, began as the Rhode Island Gulls in 1999. In 2000, they made it to the LCS, fell to the Keene Swamp Bats. They won the championship series in 2001, 2002, 2005, and of course are defending champions, having defeated the Vermont Mountaineers in a 3-game series last year in 2009. The Gulls have been to the Division Championship Series all 10 years of their existence here in Newport. Only twice have they failed to move on to the League Championship Series. Both times they eliminated by the Torrington Twisters, now of course the Bedford Bay Sox organization. This is the first ever matchup in a playoff series between the Gulls and the Navigators franchises. And right now the series tied at 1 game apiece. Newport has kept so many records alive this season. They've maintained their traditional 25 wins plus for the 10th season in a row, going 27-15 on the season, the best record in the NECBL. The North Shore Navigators went 25-17, third best in the league, behind North Adams and Newport. The Gulls also advanced to the second round of the playoffs for the 10th consecutive time in team history. One thing that they have never done is lost a Game 3 in the Division Championship Series. They'll look to keep that streak alive here tonight as the Gulls take on the North Shore Navigators in Game 3 coming up. We'll have a look around the NECBL at the Western Division game and the starting lineups, starting pitchers, game conditions, tonight's umpires, and the first pitch. It's all on the way next. This is Game 3 of the Eastern Division Finals on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. As we continue here with our Newport Gulls pregame show here prior to Game 3. The series began 2 nights ago here at Cardines Field. The Newport Gulls, a 5-4 win. Pat Light had the start for the Gulls. Nolan Core the start for the North Shore Navigators. With Seth Simmons who would be get the save in the game as the Gulls held on to a narrow 5-4 victory in the real nail-biter. Last night, the hero of the game for the Navigators, Michael Johnson, 8 2/3 innings, facing the minimum into the ninth, as Johnson was sensational, allowing just 3 singles, 2 of them in the 9th inning. Hunter Rivers came on to get the save, and Eric Eddington was a tough luck loser for the Newport Gulls. Eddington was also pitched his best, very well, but just not enough as the Gulls offense faltered. Here tonight, it'll be Jeff Brown to face off against Creighton Bear for the North Shore Navigators. Bear, of course, was the Game 1 winner of the postseason for North Shore, and that complete game shutout 5-hitter against the Sanford Mainers in a game that took just an hour and 22 minutes to play. North Shore had just 1 hit in that game, but won it 1-0. Navigators fell in Game 2 in Sanford, go on to win Game 3 at home. Fell, of course, into Newport 2 nights ago, won last night. So the North Shore Navigators 3-2 in postseason play. The Newport Gulls, after sweeping the Laconia Muskrats, of course, took Game 1, lost last night, 3-1 here at postseason action. And only one of these teams will move on to face either North Adams or Danbury, who will play a Game 3 of their own here tonight. The North Adams Steeplecats hosting Danbury Westerners after Danbury eked out a 7-6 walk-off win in the 9th inning last night. Let's take it down to the field for the singing of the national anthem. Pearl Emerson sings the national anthem here at Cardines Field to continue the wrap-up of the Western Division Series. That's underway just right about now, actually. They're just underway in North Adams as the Steeplecats host the Danbury Westerners in Game 3 of that series. We'll have the starting lineups next as the pregame show continues here in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Finals on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. The starting lineups for today's ball game. First for the visiting North Shore Navigators. Here again is James Smythe.
Thank you very much, Nick Lima. Leading off in left field is Jason Banos. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Matt Hamlet. Hitting third and playing center field is Braxton Graven. Anthony Belchionda cleans up. He moves from third base over to first base tonight. Jack Mayfield will play third in Anthony's place and hit fifth. Bryce Stefelski will do the catching and hit sixth. The seventh hitter is right fielder Dario Pisano. Garrett Smith, the designated hitter, will hit eighth. And rounding out the order in the 9 spot, shortstop start Dent.
Jeff Brown to start for the Newport Gulls. George Bissell.
Well, the Newport Gulls will send for the lineup tonight. Derek Legg will be leading off. Brendan Kelleher in left will bat second. Kenny DeKruger's at third base, batting third. Zach Elgier in right is the cleanup hitter. Matt Blow at first base, bats fifth. Connor Harrell is in center, batting sixth. Kevin Caranto is the designated hitter, batting seventh. David Bentrott plays short, bat eighth. And Bryce Nugent will be behind the plate, batting ninth.
Jeff Brown gets the start for the Newport Gulls. A lefty, 1.96 ERA, 3-0 with 8 appearances, 4 starts in the regular season, and a complete game, 1-run, 4-hit shutout against the Navigators, and a complete game shutout against the Keene Swamp Bats, both of the last week of the season. He'll face off against Clayton Bear.
Clayton Bear, a Baylor Bear in the spring, just out of Highland Park, Texas. 3-1 with a 1.98 ERA, 9 appearances, 8 starts. And he pitched a complete game, 5-hit shutout in the postseason opener on Monday night at Frazier Field against Sanford. And he hopes to duplicate that against a tough lefty in Brown and pull the upset for the Navs and send them on to the NECBL Championship Series.
Home plate umpire Danny Collins, 3-time umpire of the year. Veteran Steve Sanderson is the first base umpire. Another veteran, Dan Salsi, is the umpire at second and third base for tonight's game. Time temperature at 76 degrees under sunny skies. A south-southwest wind blows at 10 to 15 miles per hour, going out towards center here tonight. We'll be back with the first pitch next here in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field in Newport as we get set for baseball. Jeff Brown, the 3-time Newport Gull, toes the rubber from the third base side. The southpaw has to start here in game number 3. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification now here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD, Newport Gulls Baseball celebrating 10 years on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Here at Cardines Field, it's do or die night for both teams, Game 3. Before we tell you a little more about Jeff Brown, I want to give you a reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written permission of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League. I'm Nick Lima alongside James Smythe and George Bissell. We're just about set to go here at Cardines Field in Game 3 of the DCS. Jason Banos to lead things off. He's batting .250 in the postseason at 5 for 20 with an RBI. Hit .348 to lead the team in the regular season. A homer, 15 runs knocked in. Face off against Jeff Brown. His first pitch of the ball game is in there for a strike, a fastball in the outside corner. Brown will touch 88, 89 at the fastball. Has great command of his breaking ball. Features a changeup as well. The 0-1. Swinging a foul down the left field line and out of play. University of Washington Husky at 6.30 ERA, 4-2, 27 appearances, 9 starts there this spring. 64 in the third innings, 45 earned runs, 30 walks to 60 strikeouts. Opponents hit .292 against him in his collegiate season. 0-2 the count. Here is the pitch. Fastball strike 3 called on the outside corner. Jason Banos becomes the first strikeout victim of Jeff Brown, who's off to a great start here tonight. in Game 3 between the Gulls and the Navigators. Now Matt Hamlet, the second baseman, is at 133 in postseason play at 2 for 15. Hit 194 in 11 games for the Navs in the regular season, drove in 4. Kick from Brown. The pitch is up and away, ball 1. He gets off the glove of the catcher, Bryce Nugent. Matt Blows at first base. Derek Legg at second. David Bentrott, the shortstop. Kenny DeKroger at third. Outfield left to right. Brendan Kelleher, Connor Harrell, and Zach Alge. Crowd just filtering in now here at Cardines. Several hundred strong. A 1-0. High and away, ball 2. Newport, 5-3 versus the Navigators this summer. 4 of those wins coming in the regular season. 2 in early June, 2 in late July. 2-0. Taken high, ball 3.
Jeff Brown shut down the Navs on Saturday in the regular season finale. 1 run in 9 innings, a complete game for Jeff.
The 3-0 pitch is taken low, ball 4. So after Bano strikes out on 3 pitches, Hamlet picks up a 4-pitch walk. That is Hamlet's second walk of the postseason.
The center fielder, number 24,
Now Braxton Graven leads the team in postseason average at 400. He's 6 for 15. Looking for his first RBI. He has a double and a triple. He scored the lone run that game against Sanford. Just took an hour and 22 minutes and maybe a postseason record. The shortest game, the pitch is high and inside, ball 1. For a 90-inning game to go, just an hour 20.
It was unbelievable. We didn't know what to do with ourselves after the game.
Of course, it's a league rule that all postseason games have to go 9 innings, so there haven't been any 5 or 6 inning postseason games that could have eclipsed it in a shorter time. In league history, the 1-0 comes inside and he backs him off the plate for ball 2. That's going to bring Nugent out for a quick word with Brown.
Walks a rarity for Jeff Brown. Only 10 free passes issued in 36 2/3 innings in the regular season.
2009 in the postseason, he was 2-0 in 4 relief appearances, a 1.80 ERA, 10 innings, had a save, 6 hits, 2 earns, 15 strikeouts to 1 walk.
He was also on the mound when the Gulls won the title last year. There isn't anybody better than the NECBL the past 3 years in July and August than Jeff Brown.
The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner with the fastball. It's 2-1 on Graven. Finished the regular season at 294, 2 homers, 13 RBI. Has 6 hits, 3 walks. Leads the team to 526 on base percentage here in postseason play, slugging .600. The 2-1 pitch from Brown, who sets at the letters, checks the runner, and deals. Swinging a high drive to deep left center, going back Harrell, now coming in, and in comes Kelleher to cut him off to make the catch for out number 2. Retreating back to the back at first is Hamlet. That ball dropped quickly, hit off the end of the bat at Graven, who got under it. And there's 2 down in the first.
Good job by Kelleher there to make the running play.
the first baseman.
He had to go a long way to get that one.
Anthony Melchionda
Now Anthony Melchionda,
is from Boston College.
the first baseman for the Navs for tonight at 222. 4 for 18 in postseason play, but has 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Along with a double, 6 games here in the postseason. He sports a bat that's half red, half natural color. The pitch outside, missed with the breaking ball, 1-0.
Kelleher with a nice running play on the Graven fly ball. He's played the most innings in the NECBL this summer without making an error.
1-0 the count. Melchiano hit 248, 2 homers, 19 knocked in the regular season. The 1-0 pitch, check swing, he went around. He appealed down to the first base umpire, and yes, he did go, according to Steven Saunderson. Danny Collins, a 3-time umpire of the year. And here in the NECBL behind the plate, one of the most favorite umpires among managers in the league. And Dan Salsi, another veteran, is the other umpire around the bases. 1-1 the count on Melchionda. From the stretch, Brown. The runner at first, he deals. High and away, ball 2. Anthony led the team in games played with 38 in the regular season.
It's such a big game, Nick. Veteran umpiring crew, we're in good hands.
So the Navs with Melchionda at the plate with a runner on. Remember, he had a home run in game 1 here at Cardines Field.
Game 3 against Sanford as well.
2-1 pitches popped up the right side, out of play, and the count will even at 2-2.
He also had that big double yesterday that scored the Navs' first run. All they would need with Michael Johnson on the hill last night.
Yeah, Michael Johnson, outstanding. What a performance. and struck out the first 2 in the 9th. Looked like he was going to have a complete game, so the Gulls rallied with 2 outs.
From the stretch, Brown, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch, the runner goes. Taken outside for a ball, throw down to second, not in time. A stolen base for Matt Hamlet. And the count's worked full on Melchianda.
Matt now 1 out of 2 on steal attempts in the postseason.
So the Navigators, who jumped out to an early lead last night, have the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the top of the first, but there are 2 outs. The count is worked full to the cleanup hitter and Anthony Melchiada with Jack Mayfield on deck.
It was the same spot last night, man on second, 2 out in the first, with a 3-2 count when Anthony belted that double.
Brown from the stretch has a sign from Nugent. He's ready. The payoff pitch. Swing a foul, tip to the backstop, and he just does stay alive.
Another striking parallel was off left-hand pitcher Eric Eatington, so Brown left-hander.
With runners in scoring position, they're hitting just 185, 5 for 27 against Brownie this season. 200 with runners on, 10 for 50. As he sets, checks the runner, kicks and deals the 3-2 pitch. Swing a ground ball roller, hit to the shortstop. Benchard has it, throws across the first, in time for the out that retires the side. The Navigators strand one here in the first, and after half an inning from Cardines Field, North Shore nothing. Newport coming up on the NECBL Broadcast Network here in the Eastern Division Championship Series, Game 3. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. No score. We go to the home half of the first inning. The Newport Gulls batting for the first time against Creighton Bear since he last faced the Newport Gulls. That was much earlier in this season when these two teams were very different.
That was just Creighton's 3rd appearance and 2nd start. That was just his 2nd start of the season. And that was on June 13th, a 3-1 Gulls win. Creighton was outstanding in that game. 5 shutout innings of 2-hit ball. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Cray with a 3-1 record, ERA just under 2.
His first pitch of his outing. Ground ball chopped down the third base line, just foul, fielded by Jack Mayfield. Derek Legg was one of just 2 Gulls batters to get a hit against Bear in that start. He's 1 for 3 in lifetime against Creighton.
Well, you know, James, you and I did that game. Bear was outstanding, and Pat Light only gave up 1 run, but he managed to outlast Bear as the Gulls batters finally got to that bullpen late in the game. Talked about Bear only went 5 innings. Probably would have gone a lot more had manager Jeff Waldron let him. Outstanding.
The matrix out the window now, though. The 0-1 pitcher, ground ball, hit eye over the mound, charging the shortstop, still charging the infield. Grassi picks it up, throws in time. A good play by Cody Dent. Retires the leg 6-3.
He's a slick fielder over at short, and he was very calm, cool, and collected on that chopper, charging it on the infield, as you can see on the replay if you're watching our video feed.
Now Brendan Kelleher has that 200, 3 for 15 with a homer and 2 RBI. Time for the team leading 3 runs scored with Connor Harrell. This is his 5th playoff game. The pitch. Breaking ball is inside, ball 1. High arcing curveball from Creighton Bear, which also features a fastball and a changeup. Fastball in the mid-80s, change around 76 or 78. 1-0 pitches, foul to the backstop. The count even at 1-1 on Brendan, who finished the regular season at 291. 3 homers, 20 RBI, and 21 walks led the team. Also with 41 games, most games played of any goal. So 1-1 pitch up and away, ball 2.
Cray's got a vicious curveball, one of the best I've seen in this league.
Well, it's just absolutely devastating. He throws his fastball in the mid-80s. Change up at 76, 78.
2-1 pitcher swung on and hit in the air to deep right. In comes Dario Pisano, and out there is Graven in center field to make the catch. That's out number 2. Kelleher gave that one a ride, but died out there in the outfield. The wind not really carrying too much tonight. That was, of course, night and day between tonight and last night when the wind was just blowing out all night.
Yeah, very blustery evening yesterday in Lynn. Not just a light breeze here in Newport.
Here comes Kenny DeKroger of Stanford University, the third baseman for the Gulls. He's had a rough postseason so far, 1 for 12 with a triple. But hitting just 0-83, pops up the first pitch on the infield. The third baseman Mayfield there, he's calling for it in the infield grass, and he makes the catch
for the out that retires the side. A 1-2-3 first inning for Creighton Dare. And after one from Cardines Field in Newport here in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Finals, it's the Newport Gulls nothing, the North Shore Navigators nothing, as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Jeff Brown coming out for a second inning of work here, finishing a walk, picking up a strikeout. Tired the other two batters he faced in the first. 1-2-3 inning for Creighton Bear, so we're moving right along here in this one. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Navs. And Jack Mayfield, Bryce Tafelski, and Dario Pisano. Mayfield at 231, 3 for 13 with a pair of doubles in postseason competition. Hit 279 in the regular season with 4 RBI. Face off against Jeff Brown. Comes to the windup. Steps back, kicks and deals a pitch. Swinging a drive, well hit deep center. Backpedaling Harrell, still going back. It's going to be over his head, bouncing around the wall. Rounding first, Mayfield. He'll try for second, and he will get there standing with a leadoff double. His third of postseason play.
Jack with only 4 hits now in the postseason, but 3 of them go for extra bases. Jack showing why Jeff Waldron bumped him up to the 5 spot today.
Once again, the Navigators have a runner in scoring position, this time with nobody out. Bryce Tafelski. At 273, 3 for 11 with an RBI and a double, 3 walks. Hit 238 in the regular season with 8 RBI, with 25 strikeouts. He crowns the plate, was hit by 9 pitches. Brown from the stretch, checks the runner and deals. Shows bunt, bunts it up the first base side. Brown will field it off the mound, bare hand, throw to first for the out. But now 90 feet away is the go-ahead run, and Mayfield on the sac bunt.
A little small ball from Jeff Waldron there, knowing that with Bear and Brown on the mound, 1 run might be the deciding factor. Navs playing for a lead early here in the second.
Number 29, Dario Pisano.
Tafelski wasted no time getting the bunt down for Dario Pisano. He's at 125, 2 for 16. He's knocked in 2 runs with a big RBI opportunity here. A must-win ball game for both teams. 216 in the regular season, a homer, 7 RBI. The pitch, foul to the left side and out of play. Appeared in 38 games, tied for the team lead. Second run scored with 24 and led the team in walks with 19.
Jeff Brown only gave up 4 hits on Saturday at Frazier Field against the Navs. One of them came to Dario Pisano, and he scored the only run off Brownie.
Holds a bat high in the left-handed box. The 0-1 pitch is outside. So the changeup 1-1. That game, July 31st, a regular season finale, that solidified the Gulls' regular season record of 27-15 with 9 innings, 1 run. It was unearned. 4 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. Pick up his 3rd win. The 1-1, up and away, ball 2. His prior start, July 25th at versus Keene here in Newport, complete game, shutout, 9 innings, no runs, 6 hits, no walks, and 3 Ks. The season, 25 strikeouts, 10 walks, 8 earned runs, 11 runs total, 29 hits, and 36 2/3 innings. The 2-1 pitch is low, ball 3. Pitcher's count for Pisano.
You mentioned that Keene start here at Cardines for Jeff Brown. That effort helped him earn co-pitcher of the week honors. Shared the award with Tyler Gebler of North Adams.
Several goals to pick up that honor throughout the regular season. 3-1. Swinging a foul to the left. Tony Butcherferro, Pat Light, Dan Gamache. The others all received the co-player or co-pitcher of the week honor for the Gulls. Of course, 9 were selected to the All-Star team, a league high. From the stretch, 3-2 the count. The pitch coming from Brown. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Pisano went around on the breaking ball. And that's out number 2. Now, runner at third and Jack Mayfield cannot score on an out. There's Garrett Smith will be looking for a base hit. The designated hitter is hitting 200, 1 for 5 with an RBI. He knocked in 6 with a home run, hit 218 in the regular season, 4 doubles. Brown comes set at the letters and deals. Up and away for ball 1. 2008 postseason from Jeff. 1.50 ERA, 1-0 in his one start. 136 batting average against. He pitched Game 3 of the then Southern Division Finals here at Cardines Field. 1-0. So we're going to pop up back and out of play. And that one start, 6 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. He was sensational after also pitching in the regular season finale that year against the Pittsfield Dukes, which Newport and Pittsfield were locked in the first place tie, the final day of the season. And this is his great outing that gave the Newport Gulls what would eventually be a walk-off win in the 10th inning. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high drive down the right field line. Backpedaling is Matt Blow, and first baseman Zach Elgie out there in foul territory. This ball is going to drop right below the scoreboard. And Garrett Smith caught a break as that one ran into some dangerous territory by the championship banners, all 4 of them hanging below the scoreboard, but a lot of metal and concrete down there you don't want to run into.
Oh, you sure don't.
This is a long strike, and the count 1-2 now on Garrett Smith. Not a huge crowd here at Cardines Field, maybe 1,000. More still filtering in as they find out that the Gulls are in fact playing here in Game 3. 1-2 the count to the DH with the go-ahead run at third. The pitch from Brown. Ground ball hit through the right side. A roller that's going to get past the second baseman who dives for it. But here comes the go-ahead run in Mayfield, and it's a 1-0 Navigators lead or an RBI single for Garrett Smith.
Sometimes you say, oh, that ball had eyes. That one had eyes. It was a slow roller that just got into shallow right field. Leg gave it a good dive for it, but couldn't get to it. Garrett Smith knocking in his second run of the postseason. Jack Mayfield with his second run scored of the playoffs. And the Navs jump out in front 1-0.
So the sacrifice bunt from Bryce Stefelski does pay off here as Smith gets the job done with 2 outs for Cody Dent, the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. The Navs shortstop is 1 for 11. Hitting .091 here in postseason play. He's knocked in 2. This is 6th game. He's not started all those games. But Brown at the set, but time call by the home plate umpire Danny Collins. Dent steps out, who hit .259 with a homer and 14 RBI in the regular season. 24 strikeouts, but once he gets on, he led the team in stolen bases, was 10 for 11. Shadows creeping past the pitcher's mound. The 0-1 is low and away, ball 1. It's a beautiful day. Much like many of the days we saw last week, it's warm. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, but right now about 73 degrees. And very little humidity. It's comfortable. It's a light breeze coming off the water and under sunny skies. Hardly a cloud in sight. The 1-1 pitch. Curve is in there for a strike on the inside corner at the knees of Cody Dent. At the top of the order due up next, and Jason Banos, and 2 outs here in the second. It's a 1-0 North Shore lead. The leadoff double from Jack Mayfield. He came around to score on Garrett Smith's single. He stands at first. 1-2 the count. Brown from the stretch. The pitch. Check swing. It's low and away. Did he offer? No, says the second base umpire, Dan Salty. Count will even at 2-2 to Cody. Dent has not faced Jeff Brown this season. Actually, he has. He's 1 for 4 with the strikeout and a single. Bats from the left side. Holds a bat over his shoulder. Runner leads at first. 2-2. Foul to the left side. 2009 season for Jeff Brown, a 1.31 ERA overall, 3-0, 12 appearances, all in relief. A save, 22 thirds innings, 14 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 walks with 20 strikeouts, a 197 opponent batting average. He was sensational in the Gulls championship run last year. Again, in the postseason, 2-0 and 4 relief appearances, had a save, and struck out 15 to just 1 walk. 2-2. A little bit low for ball 3. Dent didn't chase with the breaking ball that time.
Dent working a good at-bat. Fell behind 1-2. Held up his swing on the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off another. Takes ball 3. Making Brown work here early.
From the stretch. The payoff pitch. The runner goes. It's fouled to the left side. Brown throwing a lot of pitches here in the second. next will be the 18th of the inning. Thrown 36 in all now, 20 for strikes. Once again, 3-2 pitch. Loop to the left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit right in front of Brendan Kelleher, who cuts it off. Another 2-out hit. There will be runners at first and second now. We cycle around to the top of the order, and Jason Benos as Cody Dent comes on top of that battle.
Good at bat. Cody doing a great job. He struggled against lefties at times this season, but he just takes what Brown gives him and serves it into left, going the other way.
The Gulls have noticed something off with Jeff Brown here. They've sent Scott Virgilak, the pitching coach, out for a visit. Virgilak, a longtime Gull, longtime member of the league. He was the assistant coach for the North Adams Steelcats, right now on their own playoff run. Back in 2003, promoted to manager of that team midway through the 2004 season, or rather midway through the 2005 season after serving with him in 04. And faced the Newport Gulls in the Division Championship Series in 2005, which Newport swept 2-0, winning on the road in North Adams. And then the Gulls brought Scott Virgilak to Cardines Field the following season to work for Mike Coombs. Pitch to Jason Benos is low and away, ball one. Virgilak, now a head coach at Rhode Island College after serving several years as an assistant. Prior to that was a player for the Rick Ankerman, Division III, Little East. Spent the last 4 years with the Gulls as an assistant and pitching coach. His next pitch is outside, ball two. And this year he had to take a reduced role after getting the head job at Rick, but with the departure of Jeff Walker, search for a new coaching position. Walker leaving for a job interview after the regular season finale. The Gulls asked Scott Virgilak to come back as the pitching coach here for postseason play. Benos struck out his last time, the 2-0, swinging a high drive to deep right field. Going back, Harrell at the wall. This one's high up the wall on a bounce. It'll score one run easily. Smith comes around. Right behind him is Cody Dent. The throw to the plate, not in time. And the North Shore Navigators take a 3-0 lead thanks to an RBI double by Jason Benos.
What a shot by Jason Benos. Going off the third panel on that chain link fence all the way in center field.
Fourth hit of the inning off of Jeff Brown, and that was certainly a hard hit ball. Hit high off the fence in right center. Smith and Dent both scored easily. The Navigators, here in a must-win Game 3, have a 3-0 lead over the Newport Gulls. Now Matt Hamlet, who walked, hitting 133, 2 for 15 in postseason play. The runner at second, still just 2 out here. All these hits coming with 2 out. The pitch. Fastball is low, ball one. Jeff Brown, who's only allowed 1 run in his last 18 innings as a starter, gives up 3 here in the second. Trying to settle down from the stretch. Checks the runner at second, deals a 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit through the left side for a base hit. Rounding third being waved home is Benos. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's way offline, and the Navigators lead. Here's the throw down to second, and it's not in time. And the North Shore Navigators lead 4-0 on an RBI single from Matt Hamlin.
Well, looks like Derek Legg having a hard time getting up, but he shakes it off. Big hit for Matt Hamlet. Hit 194 in the regular season. He stepped his game up in the playoffs. He delivers a big hit to score Benos there. And Jeff Brown did not allow more than 2 earned runs in a start all season. The Navs put a 4 spot on him in the second, and they're going to look for another one here with Braxton Graven coming up.
4th consecutive 2-out hit off of Jeff Brown, the 5th hit of the inning. As Graven flies to left. Brown going back to work against the heart of the order for the second time. Runner at second from the stretch. Checks the runner and deals the pitch. Curve is up and away. Graven at 400. Looking for his first RBI as Hamlet picks up his first and leads off at second base. Drove in 13 in the regular season. 2 home runs for Graven. Crowns the plate from the left side. His left foot in the back of the box. 1-0 pitch is low and away. Ball 2.
Graven, the 8th man to come to the plate in the inning.
all the damage done with 2 out. It was a man on third in a scoreless game with 2 strikes on Smith. And then the Navs started to string some hits together.
2-0 pitch. Fastball is poked foul on the first base side towards Newport's dugout. Count 2-1.
Well, you never want to see the big inning, especially early as a starting pitcher, and that's what Jeff Brown has done here. The Gulls are in a bit of a hole, and he's going to have to pitch well the rest of this game. Keep the Gulls in it.
The pitch. High and outside, gets away from the catcher. No advance for the runner. As Nugent quickly recovers. We hit his count 3-1 on Graven with Anthony Melchiano to follow. 8 men have come to the bat so far here in the second, and 4 of them have scored. Not the inning Jeff Brown wanted to have early in this ball game. The Gulls trail 4-0. A 3-1 pitch. Low ball 4. And here comes Melchiano, who bounced as short as last time. As Graven becomes the second walk of the ball game issued by Jeff Brown. Have to see if the Newport has any action up in the bullpen, or they're going to stick with Brown here, who does not have his best stuff here in the second. And there is action out there.
It's John Farrell, a righty from William & Mary. Pitched 2 nights ago in game 1. The only relievers used last night after Eatonton went 6 2/3 were Corey Nelson, a lefty, for an inning, and then Dexter Price for a third of an inning.
Farrell's had success in his outings against North Shore, 2 in the regular season. And like you said, George, the game 2 nights ago.
Runners at first and second, 2 down still here in the second. Pitch, swinging a pop-up, and we get out of play in the first base side. 0-1 on Anthony, the cleanup hitter. Mayfield doubled to lead off the inning. Ran to third on the sacrifice bunt by Bryce Tafelski. Daryl Pisano struck out. Looked like it would be Saladin for Brown, but then Garrett Smith on a 1-2 pitch. RBI single rolling towards the right side. Cody Dent singled. Jason Banos drove in 2 runs with a double off the wall. Hamlet singled. Graven walked. Now Melchiano at the plate. The pitch is low and inside. Ball 1. 4 runs have come around to score. 5 hits, 2 doubles, and a walk here in the second inning. North Shore doing what they need to do. Give Creighton Bear some run support. A 1-1 delivery to the plate. It's low, inside for ball 2.
Brown definitely wild in this outing, and he's also been peppered with hits. Not what Mike Coombs was looking for in this deciding game.
Coombs signals down to the bullpen. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball is low and inside. Ball 3. It's in danger of walking the bases loaded here. Jeff Brown, 3 years with the Newport Gulls, has been outstanding. He's not to have his best stuff right here in the second, what may be his final appearance as a Gull. He comes to the stretch. A 3-1 pitch. Ground ball smacked to third. The third baseman has it. Throws a long way to first. For the out, that retires the side. However, North Shore Navigators send 9 men to the plate here in the second. 4 of them score. They strand a pair, have left 3. After 1.5 from Cardines Field, North Shore leads Newport 4-0 here in Game 3 of the NECBL Eastern Division Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Well, it's a nice sunny afternoon here at Cardines Field, but the Gulls ball game not looking too sunny right now. They trail 4-0 here. And here's the first pitch, ground ball hit towards the left side. That's a base hit. Zach Elgie gets the Gulls half of the second inning off to a good start with a single as the Newport Gulls try to climb back from this 4-run deficit that the offense has inherited here in the second. Elgie gets us started with his first hit of the ball game. his second of the postseason.
I mean, let's be pretty honest here. The Gulls have been in quite a slump offensively in this series. They need to get it going now.
First pitch, Matt Blow was foul tipped around the plate area. Caroms off the catcher. Tafelski, who hops around a little.
They're down 4 runs here, but they need to start chipping away at this lead. Remember, North Shore in game 1 was trailing by 4 runs, and they came back to almost win the game. So you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
It's really early in this one.
The important thing there, though, was that the Navigators immediately scored 2 to get back in it. So Creighton going to look to put a 0 on the board and keep it at 4-0, get the bats back out there. But he has been sitting for a while.
Bear, the Baylor Bear, from the stretch to pitch is outside ball 1. What's the defensive alignment look like for the Navs?
Well, in left field, Jason Banos, Braxton Graven in center, Dario Pisano in right, Jack Mayfield at third, Cody Dent at short, Matt Hamlet at second, Anthony Melchionda at first.
They check the runner, and Elgey back standing. Elgey did not attempt to steal yet this summer.
Bryce Tafelski's behind the plate, and the southpaw, Creighton Bear on the bump.
1-1 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That time, Matt Blow was out in front of an off-speed pitch from Creighton.
He's got a pretty good change, too. I mentioned the big curve that he's got.
Probably the best curveball in the entire NECBL.
And all-star, 1-2 the count. The pitch, another check on the run at first, and LG is back standing.
He's also got a deadly pickoff move. The Sanford Mainers found out the hard way.
Bear, a business media and entrepreneurship major for Baylor. Had 4 appearances for the Bears this spring. The pitch is low and away. Ball 2. August 2nd versus Sanford in that 9-inning shutout. No runs, no walks, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts in his first playoff win. Looking for number 2 tonight, the 2-2 pitch. Curve, strike 3 called in the outside corner. There's that beautiful breaking ball from Creighton Bear.
That Blow heading back to the dugout, shaking his head.
The pitch started out high in the strike zone, fell in over the outside corner. Beautiful pitch.
Started off up around his shoulders before dropping off the table.
That's classic 12-6 breaker there.
So here's Connor Harrell, the center fielder. At 286, he's second in the team in average for the postseason, 4 for 14. Tied with Derek Legg. Pitch is low, ball 1. Homer, and 1 run driven in on that solo shot against Laconia. Time for the postseason lead with 3 runs scored. This is his 5th game. Pitch, a ground ball smacked down the first base line, but foul. He has 4 hits. And his on base percentage for the postseason has been fairly solid. Sitting at, rather, 333. His slugging percentage is what's leading the team at 500.
Creighton dropped his arm slot on that last pitch. Almost went sidearm on it.
First baseman Melchionda shielding his eyes from the sun as LG takes his lead. Bear looking in for the sign from Tafelski from the stretch. The 1-1. Foul down the right field line again and out of play.
Most of the infield in shadows, but the first base position in the sunshine, as is the shortstop and the second baseman. By next inning, Anthony won't have to worry about the sun or Matt Blow when he goes out for the top of the 3rd.
From the stretch, the 1-2 delivery to the plate. Swinging a drive in the right center field. Going back is Graven, and he'll run it down to make the catch for the inning's 2nd out. Harrell gave that ball a rhyme, but right in Graven's territory. There's Kevin Caranto, the designated hitter. He's at 231, 3 for 13 in the playoffs with 2 RBI. This is his 5th game. Hit 282 in the regular season, 4 home runs, 16 runs knocked in. Led the team with 397 on base percentage with 20 walks. Stands in from the left side. The pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Bear, 41 innings in the regular season, 27 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned, 12 walks, 25 strikeouts. Pitch is fouled to the backstop. It's quickly 0-2 in Caranto. So he can't be wild. Opponents hit just 185 against him. He had 7 wild pitches to lead the team, hit 5. The 0-2. Ground ball hit softly towards the first base side. Stabbed by Melchiante. He'll take himself to the bag. Well, the out that retires the side. So tonight, it's been a veteran in Jeff Brown versus a rookie in Creighton Bear. Right now, it's the rookie that's showing up everybody. Creighton Bear now it's a single here in the second, but it retires the next 3. And after 2 innings of baseball here in Game 3 from Cardines Field, it is the North Shore Navigators 4 and the Newport Gulls nothing here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. We'll take up live action now, pick up the North Adams Steelcats and the Danbury Westerners in their Game 3, where they're still knotted at 0 in the 4th inning. And they appear to be in commercial break, so we'll step away here and be back in a moment on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field as the lights come on. It's a 4-0 North Shore lead over the Newport Gulls. We go to the 3rd inning. Jeff Brown's start is done. Gives way to John Farrell to take over. He'll lead things off against Jack Mayfield. Began the 2nd inning with a leadoff double. Takes the first pitch low, ball 1.
John Farrell so far.
From the stretch, the 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner for a strike.
He's worked 2/3 of an innings. He made his only appearance of the playoffs in Game 1. Allowed a hit and struck out 2 batters.
A 1-1. Swing a foul to the backstop.
On the regular season, John Farrell appeared in 10 games, 0-2, 2.63 ERA. Picked up his lone save against the North Shore Navigators and worked 13 2/3 innings.
The 1-2. Swinging a line drive to right. That's going to be caught, though, by Zach Algie. Well positioned to bring down that one for out number 1. North Shore Navigators, 25-17 in the regular season, 3-2 in the playoffs. We're 12-9 on the road. Best road record in the league. The only winning percentage above 500 for a team on the road. So we're 13-8 at home. The Newport Gulls had the best home record. They're 17-4 here this season, an 8-10 winning percentage. The first pitch is low, ball 1. They've won both playoff games they played at home, so they're 19-4 overall. Of course, they won 17-3 at Cardines Field at home in the regular season in 2009. The pitch is popped up on the first base side as he cracked his bat. Right there is Matt Blow to make the catch for the inning's 2nd out. But John Farrell's job will be to keep this game a 4-0 contest. Give the Gulls offense as many chances as possible to get back into the game. A must-win game for both teams. Game 3. The winner will advance to the championship series of the NCBL beginning tomorrow. Pisano struck out his last time, takes the first pitch, up and away, ball 1. From the stretch, the 1-0. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. The count will even at 1-1.
It could be a battle of North Adams and North Shore.
Could be. Still a long way to go in both games. They're still scoreless over in North Adams.
Pitch, foul tipped off the catcher's mask, and Nugent smarts spin after that one. Takes his mask off and walks toward his Newport's on deck circle.
There's also Danbury still fighting in the Western Division.
They fought hard last night after trailing a couple times, came back to tie and then get the go-ahead run across on a walk-off in the 9th.
Alfredo Rodriguez with a sacrifice fly with the bases loaded in the 9th to win it, and now they've got their ace, Mike Housechild, on the hill. 4 shutout innings of 1-hit balls so far.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. Struck him out. It's a 1-2 pitch to Mazzano. Mazzano goes down by way of the K for the 2nd time. A 1-2 inning relief for John Farrell, just what Newport ordered. We go to the home half of the 3rd. The Gulls will try to climb out of a 4-0 deficit. The North Shore Navigators lead it here in Game 3 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field, 8-9-1 due up for the Newport Gulls. As the bottom of the order works their way through Creighton Bear for the first time. David Bentrott, the shortstop, batting .167, 1 for 6 here in 2010's postseason. In the second season last year, though, hit fairly well, .292. Pitch is in the low for ball one. Benchart appeared in 7 games in the postseason in 2009 for Newport. 5 of them starts. This postseason, this is his 3rd game. Pitches, comes inside and hits him. David Benchart, who led the team in hit by pitches with 7 in the regular season. It's bean by pitch here. Creighton Bear, who hit 5 in the regular season, gets Benchart on the back.
Hopefully that'll start a rally for the Gulls. They've been held scoreless now 15 consecutive innings by North Shore Navigators pitching in this series. Since the 4th inning of game 1, the Gulls have not scored a run.
Very uncharacteristic for a team that led the NECBL on offense, hit 275 to lead the league as a team in the regular season. Led the league in 211 runs scored and set a new record for doubles of 82, eclipsing the 04 Gulls. Pitch, outside ball 1 to Bryce Nugent. Nugent is 0 for 2 lifetime against Creighton Bear.
Well, the Gulls certainly have the ability to come back in this one. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Gulls led the league at .353 on base percentage in the regular season as they check the runner at first. Benchart dives in safely. David did not, stole 1 base in the regular season, but had 2 swipes in the playoffs last year. 20 home runs for the Gulls, tied for 2nd in the league with Laconia, but behind of Danbury. He just hit him out all season long as the 1-0 pitch misses low, ball 2. So Newport looking to take advantage here of leadoff man on for the 2nd inning in a row. Bear went right to work against Blow, Harrell, and Caranto to get him out in the 2nd, though. Here, Nugent's ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. He steps out as Bear takes a moment. Stretches on the mound. Toward the rubber, looking for the sign from Tafelski. Benchart leads it first, so holding him on there. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3.
Creighton was fixing his uniform top. Looked like the buttons came off again, like it did for Nolan Core in game 1 here.
A wardrobe malfunction.
Back again.
3-0. There's a strike on the outside corner at the fastball.
Well, that went at 86 miles an hour. Fastball. Good heat on that one. He he's a little tired late in the season, so the velocity not where it was.
Checking the runner at first, and once again, Benchard's back standing. The Gulls Irish Army, in their 4th year now, once again, standing and proud and chanting along that 3rd base line in their normal section atop the bleachers. The 3-1, swinging a foul tipped off of Nugent.
Ouch.
He smarts after that one. Runs up the 3rd base line.
He's taken an absolute beating this season. Behind the plate catching, and then he's fouled a number off his legs in recent weeks.
Plus he took a foul ball off his catcher's mask in the top half of this inning.
So I'm going to have to get his fingers taped up in the series against Laconia. Took a foul ball off the hand.
Nugent always a trooper, right back in there as he told the batter's box on the left side.
Some guys are just a magnet for the ball.
Well, it's good to have a catcher who's a magnet. Full count on Nugent, top of the order up next. 3-2 pitch, swinging a little flare to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. A 2nd hit of the ball game for the Newport Gulls. And Bryce Nugent, who's leading the team in average at .375, gets his 4th postseason hit. He's now 4 for 9. Gets his first hit of the summer off of Creighton Bear. He sucked around to the top of the order. Derek Legg hitting .250 against Bear. Grounded out short as last time. 0 for 1 tonight. He's 2nd the team in average to come into the game at .286. Now 4 for 15. But he led the team with 25 RBI in the regular season. Legg, along with Gamache, very big clutch hitter for Newport. Of course, Gamache and Forster both on the bench here tonight for Newport. He shows bunt, hits it foul behind the plate.
Well, manager Mike Coombs talked about timely hitting, and this is a timely spot. 2 men on, nobody out. See if Legg tries to bunt here with a strike on him.
Still early in this ball game, last of the 3rd inning, but a 4-0 North Shore lead. As the Navigators trying once again to blank the Gulls. They've done it twice this season. Last night, and of course, back on June 30th when they shut them out 2-0 here at Cardines. The only team that shut out the Gulls this season have been North Shore. The 0-1, he shows bunt, bunts it back towards the mound, fielded by Bear. He'll look at 3rd, throw down to 1st. It's brought in by Melchiata on the sacrifice bunt. That goes 1 to 4, rather, as the second baseman Hamlet brought it down. But the Newport Gulls have 2 runners in scoring position as they look to chip away here in the third. Brendan Kelleher will be the batter. Kelleher back in this 2-hole. First time really since the month of June. Kelleher at 200 here in the postseason. He's 0-for-1 tonight. Hit .291 in the regular season. 3 homers, 20 RBI. Bats here with 2 runners in scoring position. Bear to work out of a jam with 1 out in the third. The pitch. Fouled off the screen. It pinballs around. Clips a little rope that holds up the net and bounces back around the entrance to the field.
Kenny DeKroger in the on-deck circle hit the deck. Went down pretty quickly to try and get out of the way of that one.
0-1 the count. 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch from Creighton Bear. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Cray, not much of a strikeout pitcher, but he's got a knack to get one when he really needs it.
Kelleher 0-for-4 against Bear this summer. Bencher at a third, Nugent at second. Tying run the on-deck circle for Newport. The 0-2 pitch. Just outside, ball 1.
Big spot early in this game. Kelleher could come through. He gets the goals on the board. And they start to chip away at that 4-run lead.
Bear comes to the stretch. Just above the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Curve is up and away. And the catcher, Tafelski, looks down at the runner at third. Stares. Bencher back to the bag. The count 2-2. Newport's left fielder, who appeared in 41 games. Now all 5 postseason games. Also an all-star. 2-2. Swing a ground ball. Right side base hit. Here comes David Bencher. And stopping at third is Nugent. It's an RBI single for Brendan Kelleher, and the Gulls are on the board here in the third. It's 4-1 North Shore as Kelleher picks up his third postseason RBI.
The first run allowed by Creighton Bear in 11 1/3 postseason innings for the Navigators. And now Newport sending the tying run to the plate.
At last, the Gulls get the hit when they need it. Now we'll look for another one. A man who's had trouble getting hit as of late, and Kenny DeKroger. Kenny, who's been the hero for the Newport Gulls so many times in the regular season. Hit near 400 for the month of June. So his average fall towards late July, but of course he had that big walk-off hit against the Bay Sox. The pitch is low and inside, ball 1. DeKroger with an RBI and a triple here in postseason play. Now 1 for 13. Well, the 2 homers and 19 RBI in the regular season. Second the team in average at .324. The all-star left infielder for the Gulls. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, so I was just going to say the big thing with Kenny DeKroger is he's a great contact hitter as he swings and misses, but is usually able to put the ball in play, and with only 1 out, a sacrifice fly, likely bring Nugent in.
Runners at first and third. Bear from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Curve comes inside and nearly hits him. Ball 2. On DeKroger, who shared time at both third base and shortstop for the Gulls. This is his 4th postseason game. Crowd right into this one at Cardines Field. It's a playoff atmosphere here this afternoon and this evening. The pitch. Inside corner, a called strike. It's 2-2 to Kenny. Newport happy to have Kenny DeKroger here this summer. He pulled off some magical at-bats. Like to get a couple more out of him here in game 3. A 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out, went around to the curveball. A great breaking ball from Creighton Bear.
There's that curve we were talking about. Gets his second strikeout of the game, and now Bear 1 out away from wriggling out of the jam with only 1 run allowed.
As Zach Algie is hitting .333 lifetime against Bear. Sending 0.77 postseason come into the game, but singled his last time. Runners at first and third. From the stretch, the pitch. Foul ball tipped to the backstop for strike 1. Algie has knocked in an RBI, has a double. Of course, led the team with 11 doubles in the regular season, 5th in the ACBL at 14 RBI, no homers, hit .250 overall. Just 1 walk in the regular season, but he already has 2 here in postseason play. This is 5th game. The 0-1. Foul back behind the plate. We'll get over the press box roof for strike 2.
This is robbed of a home run in Laconia. I think everybody thought it was out.
Everybody except for the umpiring crew. Even the Laconia Muskrats thought it was gone. Ben, 2 runners on. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off the screen. Zach Elgie. Taking a lot more time here for the Newport Gulls in the playoffs than he did in the regular season with Kyle Johnson no longer with the team. Newport, the missing Kyle, who led the team in runs scored. 18 for 18 in stolen bases, but he had to tend to some personal family issues. I wish him and his family the best. As the 0-2 pitch is a strike 3 called the inside corner. LG knew it, and the Gulls strand 2 runners on as they leave the tying run at the plate here in the 3rd. They get 1 back as they begin to chip away against Creighton Beer and the Navs here in the 3rd. And after 3 complete from Cardines Field, it's the North Shore Navigators 4, the Newport Gulls 1 here in the ACBL Broadcast Network. Once again, we'll pick up some live action in North Adams, Massachusetts, as the Steeple Cats host the Westerners in their Game 3.
They had just 1 hit, no errors. There was 1 left on base, no errors. Maybe we'll go into the top half of the 6th inning when we return here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
It's a 1-0 lead now for the North Adams Steeple Cats, and a must-win game for both of those teams. They go to the bottom of the 5th. North Adams 1 and Danbury 0. Actually, they go to the top of the 6th now as Steeple Cats lead Danbury 1-0. We'll be back here in a moment on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Newport Gulls trail the North Shore Navigators 4-1 as we go to the 4th inning here at Cardines Field. Here to take you with the play-by-play story for innings 4, 5, and 6, the voice of the North Shore Navigators, James Smythe.
Thank you very much, Nick Lima. For North Shore, 4 runs, 5 hits. They all came in the 2nd inning. They have not made an error. Newport, 1 run on 3 hits. They have not made an error either. It'll be Garrett Smith leading off against John Farrell in his 2nd inning of relief. First pitch right down the middle for a called strike 1. Garrett came up with Jack Mayfield at 3rd and 2 out. He had 2 strikes on him in the 2nd in a scoreless game, and he poked a single the other way to make it 1-0. That one's grounded to 2nd. The 2nd baseman leg fields, fires, got him. And there's 1 down. John Farrell has come on in relief of Jeff Brown, who was chased from the game after 2 innings. He allowed 4 runs. But Farrell has gone 4 up, 4 down to start his relief outing. And here comes Cody Dent, the 9-hitter, who singled and scored a run his first time up. Smith singled in the game's first run in the 2nd. Dent singled. Banos hit a long 2-run double off the center field fence to make it 3-0. And then Matt Hamlet had a single of his own to bring in Banos. Showing bunt and tapping it foul is Cody Dent. 2 for 12 now in the postseason after his single. Hit .259 on the regular season with a home run and 14 RBIs. A lot of clutch hits for Cody this year. Swings at that one and lofts it into left field. Drifting over to his left is Kelleher, and he makes the catch in left field for out number 2. John Farrell doing just what Mike Coombs needs out of his reliever here. Farrell entered the game down 4-0 in the 3rd. And he's retired all 5 batters he's faced. The Gulls got 1 run back last inning off Creighton Bear on the Brendan Kelleher single. And here comes Jason Banos, who's had the biggest hit of the ball game, a 2-run double. There's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Oh, the good news for the Gulls out in the bullpen after Brown is chased after 2 disastrous innings is that all 4 of their star relievers are available. Gardner Lever.
That one's dribbled foul over to the Newport dugout. George, you're right. All hands on deck, right?
Mike Francisco will also be available. Closer Seth Simmons, and then John Farrell, who's already in the game, is available to pitch as well. So pretty much everybody available out in that pen for Mike Coombs tonight.
Bullpen such a strength for Newport. That one is lined into left field, slicing foul. Bullpen so great for the Gulls this season. That's why it was important for the Navigators to get some runs on the board early. You don't want to fall far behind this Gulls team going into the late innings with all the arms they can throw at you.
Certainly not. Jason Banos is at the plate now. What a season for Jason Banos. Named the All-Star MVP. Hit a home run.
Right here at Cardines. Here's the 0-2 from Farrell. That one is a 58-footer bouncing in the dirt. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. Newport took the opener here. North Shore tied it up last night at home. That one misses way inside to even up the count at 2-2. Navigators lead 4-1 in the top of the 4th. Trying to punch their ticket to the NECBL Championship Series and a date with either the North Adams Steeplecats or the Danbury Westerners. 2-2 pitch. Popped up behind the netting foul, and we'll do it again. Third time around through the order for the Navigators. Banos, the leadoff man, 1 for 2. With a strikeout to start the game and the aforementioned 2-run double. That one is roped to deep right. Back goes LG. It is gone. Jason Banos with a home run, and the Navs get that run right back. It's 5-1 Navigators.
That ball is smashed by Jason Banos, a no-doubter over the fence. The exact same place he hit the home run in the All-Star game.
I was just about to say that, Georgie.
So the friendly confines of Cardines Field pay off for the left-handed Banos, and he puts the Navs up by another one.
Congratulated by his teammates.
It's now 5-1 North Shore.
And Creighton Bear allowed a run in the bottom of the 3rd, the first run he's given up in the postseason. Banos supplies the power to get it right back. 4-run lead again for North Shore. First pitch high to Matt Hamlet. 1-0 the count. Matt walked and stole a base in the first, and then in the second inning he had an RBI single to make it 4-0. Navs now in front 5-1. That one tapped foul down the third baseline, right past Eric Pelletier, the Navs third base coach.
Oh, it's amazing. All 5 North Shore runs have come with 2 outs. Scored 4 with 2 out in the second, and now a home run by Banos with 2 outs here in the 4th.
2 out, clutch hitting for the Navigators.
You combine that with good pitching and good defense, and that's our winning recipe in the playoffs.
Swing and a miss from Hamlet. And the count now, a ball and 2 strikes. Farrell was cruising along in his second inning of relief. Served up the gopher ball to Banos. Now he's ahead of Hamlet, 1-2 with nobody on. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Great pitch from John Farrell. And that ends the top of the 4th inning, but Jason Banos gets the run back for the Navigators. A long home run to right field. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on base. At the end of 3.5 at Cardines Field, Navigators 5, Gulls 1 in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 4th inning at Cardines Field, Game 3 of the best of 3 Eastern Division Championship Series. North Shore Navigators on the road leading the Newport Gulls 5-1. Jason Banos with a home run and 3 runs batted in. The hitting hero for North Shore and Creighton Bear back on the hill for his 4th inning of work. First pitch to Matt Blow is popped up and foul ground out of play to the left side, 0-1. Nick, we tried to bring the listeners to North Adams, but they were in the dreaded double commercial break. Also the bane of an NFL Sunday. The pitch to Blow, bounces in the dirt, count even at a ball and a strike. North Adams leads that one 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. They're back underway there. Mike Housechild at the moment out dueling Robert Nixon. Pitch, breaking ball, lined into right field. That's a base hit.
Now the Newport Gulls get their leadoff man on for the 3rd consecutive inning. They got a run home in the 3rd, but stranded a pair. And here, then Matt Blow gets his first hit of the ball game, his 3rd of the postseason.
The center fielder, number 19.
So here comes Connor Harrell. Skied to center his first time up to his counterpart Braxton Graven. Connor 4 for 15 in the postseason with a home run, an RBI, and 3 runs scored. swinging at the first pitch and coming up empty. Strike one on Connor, the Gulls 6-hitter and center fielder. Creighton Bear, Nav's ace, with a 4-run lead in the fourth. Breaking ball misses just inside to even up the count. 1 run on 4 hits against Bear for the Gulls. They only managed 3 all last night. That one is poked foul to the right side. Count goes to 1-2. Michael Johnson, the pitching star last night for the Navigators, 8 2/3 shutout innings of 3-hit ball. He faced the minimum 26 through 8 2/3. But the Gulls rallied and he couldn't quite get the complete game. Hunter Rivers closed the door to even the series. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Connor Harrell down looking, and Creighton Bear has 4 strikeouts in the game, including the last 3 outs he's recorded. He struck out to Kroger and LG to end the third. That was with runners at the corners, and the Gulls were climbing back in the game.
4 strikeouts, 3 of them looking.
That one grounded foul behind the plate by Caranto, who bounced to first his first time up. Creighton really locating those breaking pitches, the off-speed stuff, unleashing the whole repertoire here at Cardines. There's a called strike on a fastball, and the count goes to 0-2. Creighton Bear working quickly, as is his wont, out of the stretch. The 0-2 to Caranto. Grounded foul. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Navigators went the distance with the Sanford Mainers, winning game 3 at home, 7-6. In another decisive game 3 here in the Eastern Division Championship Series, leading 5-1. Another 0-2 from Bear, and it is just inside. Caranto bends out of the way there. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kevin Caranto, the designated hitter for the Gulls tonight. He waits for a 1-2. Breaking ball, grounded foul behind the plate. Will do it again. Kevin, a junior out of Siena College. First team All-MAC Conference in 2010 and 2009 as well. Led the conference with a .413 average. That one is poked into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Turning for third is Matt Blow, and a wide turn from Caranto. He wisely retreats to first base, but he reaches with a single. Matt Blow over to third, and once again the Gulls have runners at the corners with 1 out. Newport batters starting to get to Bear in the 3rd and now the 4th. And here comes the pesky David Bentrot. Gulls shortstop was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning, and he scored the Gulls' only run of the game so far. Bentrot with an RBI opportunity here, just trying to stay out of the double play and knock in a run. The pitch in there for a strike. Creighton had runners at the corners and 1 out last inning with 1 run already in, and then he struck out to Kroger and LG to get out of the jam. He needs a ground ball here. That one is lined into right field. Coming over Pisano, he makes the catch. Here comes Blow to tag. The throw is cut off. Scoring is Matt Blow on the sacrifice fly by David Bentrot, and it's a 5-2 ball game in favor of the Navigators. So Bentrot with a productive out, and it cuts the lead to 5-2. And now here comes Bryce Nugent. Bryce 4 for 9 in the postseason, batting in the 9th spot tonight, doing the catching. He singled his first time up. Bear out of the stretch with Caranto at first. Here's the pitch. Weak swing from Nugent there. He swings and misses. Strike 1. Nugent, which hit just a .194 against lefties during the regular season, .295 against righties. Lefty catcher waits for an 0-1. That one grounded softly foul down the first base line. Anthony Melchionda fields it in foul ground and tosses it back to Creighton Bear, who is ahead of Bryce. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. And Caranto at first. Bottom of the 4th inning at Cardines. Game 3. The final game of the Eastern Division Championship Series. Navigators in front of the Gulls 5-1. Nugent behind 0-2. Bear deals. Check swing. He went around, says home plate umpire Danny Collins. And that ends the bottom of the 4th. But the Gulls do get one more run on 2 hits, no errors, and they left a man on base at the end of 4. It's 5-2 Navigators on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Top of the 5th at Cardines Field. North Shore leads Newport 5-2. Heading into the top of the 5th inning in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. Heart of the order coming up for the Navigators, and they'll face a new pitcher. Righty Mark Appel, one of the better starters for Newport in the regular season, comes on for the Gulls.
Well, Mark Appel was outstanding all regular season, 6-1, 8 games. He started 7 of those games. A 1.87 ERA and just over 43 in the 3rd innings. 33 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 16 walks, and he had 24 strikeouts. So Mark Appel outstanding all regular season. He was even better in the playoffs. He started Game 2 on the road in Laconia, 7 1/3 innings. He allowed only 4 hits, 2 walks, and a season-high 8 strikeouts. So Mark Appel picked up the win in Game 2 of that series to finish out the sweep. And he comes in here with the Gulls trailing in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series, 5-2.
Mike Coombs going to his starters. All hands on deck in this deciding playoff game. Braxton Graven 0-for-1 with a walk stands in. And he takes a ball inside and low, 1-0 the count. Mark Appel, a righty out of San Ramon, California. The pitch. Inside once again for ball 2, San Ramon. Just outside Oakland in Contra Costa County.
Freshman at Stanford University this spring.
That one popped foul over the screen on the left side. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Appel out of Stanford.
I guess the thing you have to realize here is that
there's a called strike on the inside half of the plate. Yep. And the count goes to 2-2.
Appel was projected to be the Game 2 starter if the Gulls reach the championship round, but trailing here in Game 3, you have to pull out all the stops to try and win.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mark Appel begins his relief outing on the right foot. A strikeout of Graven, and there's 1 down in the top of the 5th.
There's no reason to save him. Might as well go to your best arm now.
There is no tomorrow if you lose this one. Navs in the same boat, as are the Westerners and Steeplecats out west. Game 3's in the NECBL. First pitch, a big swing and a miss from Anthony Melchionda. 0-1. Anthony bounced to short to end the first, and then he ended the 2nd inning with a ground out to 3rd. That one is a called strike at the letters. Appel working quickly, pounding the strike zone.
He's come in firing on all cylinders. He's pounding that strike zone. You saw him hit with the fastball, and then the breaking pitch right there.
0-2, misses outside and high, 1-2, and you know Appel can give you innings and give you length out of the bullpen.
Well, it's certainly what they need here down in this game. They need to hold serve and try to come up with some runs. Mark Appel, an outstanding pitcher, features a fastball, a changeup, and a slider. The fastball touches 95.
That one misses outside for ball 2.
Well, that one 94 on the radar gun.
Mark Appel with a 2-2 count on Melchionda with 1 down in the 5th. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Appel went with the off-speed stuff, and Anthony chased and came up empty. 2 strikeouts in as many at-bats against Appel. 2 down quickly here in the 5th.
Number 8, Jack Mayfield.
Here comes Jack Mayfield, who got the big rally in the 2nd, started with a double. Came around to score on a Garrett Smith single for the first run of the game. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Mark Appel, haven't seen him pitch other than the first inning of the All-Star game. He's very impressive. That one misses high for ball 1.
Appel was outstanding all year long. Been even better in the playoffs, and Hopefully this isn't the last time we see him this season.
That one's popped up in foul ground down the right field line. In fair ground now is the second baseman Legg, and he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Mark Appel. Just what the doctor ordered for the Gulls. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base at the end of 4.5. We're halfway through Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. North Shore Navigators 5, Newport Gulls 2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 5th at Cardines Field. Navs in front of the Gulls 5-2. Creighton Bear on the hill to face the top of the Newport order, Derek Legg, Brendan Kelleher, and Kenny DeKroger. First pitch, a ball outside to Legg, 1-0. Legg 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in the first, and then he had a sacrifice bunt in the third. That helped set up the Gulls' first run of the ball game. That one grounded sharply foul down the third base line. Count 1-1 on Derek Legg, the Gulls' table setter and second baseman.
There's only 5 innings left for the Gulls. That's 15 outs. That's all that remains in their season if they can't find a way to tie this ball game.
Bear winds and deals. Breaking ball lined into left field, charging in Banos. He can't get to it, and it falls in for a hit. Derek Legg leads off the 5th with a single. That is the 4th straight inning that the leadoff man has reached for the Gulls. He's come around to score the last 2 frames, Bentrot in the 3rd and Blow in the 4th. Newport hoping for a similar result here in the 5th. They're sending up Brendan Kelleher, 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 3rd. That put Newport on the board. They're out of the stretch, the pitch. That one nicked foul right behind the plate. Count, no balls and a strike on Brendan. Gulls standout left fielder out of George Washington University. Brendan hit .381 this season for the Colonials with 15 home runs, 4th best in the Atlantic 10. That one misses just inside to even up the count. Creighton Bear, 2 runs allowed in 6 hits in 4+ innings. Throw over to first. Jace's leg back and plenty of time standing up. Kelleher hit .289 on the season for Newport, trying to get something going here. That one grounded to shorts very slowly. Dent's got it, flips to second for 1 onto first. Double play! 6-4-3. Dent, Hamlet to Melchianda. 2 outs here in the 5th. Creighton Bear getting the tailor-made double play, hit softly by Kelleher. Dent with a quick toss over to second. He was very close to the bag, which helped ensure the DP from Hamlet to Melchianda. Swing at the first pitch, fielded on a couple hops by Dent at short. He throws over and retires Kenny DeKroger, and thanks to the double play ball and the nice play by Dent there, Creighton Bear, a lightning quick 5th inning, no runs, a hit, no errors. And because of the double play, none left on base. We're through 5 at Cardines Field in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. Your score on the NECBL Broadcast Network, North Shore Navigators 5, Newport Gulls 2. Top of the 6th inning, coming in to pitch for Newport, Mike Francisco.
Hey, there you go. Mike Francisco. Oh, jeez. He was upset because they didn't credit him innings from the Laconia series. They made a mistake, but that's been fixed. So Mike Francisco on the postseason. Appeared in 3 games, 3 relief appearances, pitched 3 innings, has not allowed a hit, only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. So Mike Francisco, outstanding, a left-handed setup man for the Gulls all season long. During the regular season, Francisco an ERA of 1.2, no decisions, 15 relief appearances, a save, and 15 innings pitched. He only allowed 6 hits all season and 2 earned runs.
And among the oddest entrance songs among all Gulls.
Yeah. Apparently your love is his drug.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Cardines Field. This game rolls to the top of the 6th. North Shore in front of Newport, 5-2. Jeff Brown chased after the game after just 2 innings of 4-run ball. John Farrell came in to pitch the 3rd and 4th. Allowed a home run to Jason Banos that made it 5-1. Newport tacked on 1 to make it 5-2. Mark Appel, a breezy 1-2-3-5 with a couple of strikeouts, and now he gives way to Mike Francisco, the 4th pitcher for Newport tonight. Mike Coombs going to try to cobble things together with his bullpen, and even using starter Mark Appel out of the pen.
I honestly have no idea what the strategy is right now, and I'm going to be completely honest, but
first pitch misses high to Tefelsky, 1-0.
I'll leave it to Mike Coombs. There's a reason he's managing and I'm not, so let's know what he's doing.
He's just trying to get outs any way he can from his pitchers. He's got a lot of arms to use, and he's letting everyone get a run here. That one misses down and into Tefelsky. Count 2-0. Bryce had a successful sacrifice, 1-3, back in the 2nd inning. That helped set up the Navigators' first run. And then Bryce hit a foul pop to first off John Farrell in the 3rd. That one misses low for ball 3. Bryce, his 3rd plate appearance of the game against the 3rd different Gulls pitcher. Out of the stretch, Francisco, the tough lefty. He deals. Outside, it's a 4-pitch walk issued by Mike Francisco. And the Navigators have the leadoff man aboard for just the 2nd time tonight. Francisco, utterly dominant in 15 relief appearances. Just 2 runs allowed. He hasn't given up a run in 3 weeks. But he has walked 8 batters in 15 innings in the regular season. Walked 1 man in 3 innings coming into tonight in the playoffs. Here's Dario Pisano, 0-for-2 with a couple of strikeouts. There's a strike. Good fastball from Francisco, and he's ahead in the count, 0-1. Tefelsky on at first. Navs in front, 5-2. Out of the stretch, Mike looks at the runner Tefelsky, now deals to the plate. That one just misses outside.
A fastball at 91.
Gulls have a lot of relievers that can hit the high numbers on the radar gun. The pitch. There's a called strike. Nice job shaving the outside corner by Mike Francisco, and the Villanova Wildcat ahead of Pisano, 1-2.
Well, so tough as a left-handed hitter. Even if you make contact with that pitch, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to ground it to the left side of the infield.
The pitch just missing outside, and the count goes to 2-2. 5-6-0 for North Shore, 2-6-0 for Newport. 3rd and deciding game of the Eastern Division Championship Series. A bid in the championship round on the line. That one tapped to second, could be 2. Legg is going to go for the tag, and he got him, and he throws to the first, and it is a double play. Great job by Derek Legg. He came in to field the roller, and the base umpire, Daniel Salsi, said that he got Tefelsky on the tag and then threw to first. Jeff Waldron going to go all the way out to the 3rd base position and have his say.
Yeah, looked on the double play. It looked like he got him.
He's still standing on second, so.
He was originally ruled out by the umpire, Daniel Salsi, now at 3rd base, but he was at second to make the call. Bryce,
now he goes out.
And now he's heading off, serenaded by the Newport crowd. And now Jeff Waldron's going to head back to the dugout as well, and we're ready to resume play. The 4-3 double play for Mike Francisco. Here comes Garrett Smith with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 6th. Garrett foul tipped that one off of the catcher Nugent and into the backstop. 0-1 the count. Garrett knocked in the game's first run with a single in the 2nd inning that brought in Jack Mayfield. Garrett then came around to score on a Jason Banos double. Garrett then grounded his second in the 4th inning off John Farrell. Pitch. Low for ball 1. Newport will send up 4, 5, and 6. In the 6th, Zach Elgie, Matt Blow, and Connor Harrell. Gulls trying to get back in this one, down 5-2. The pitch from Francisco is inside for ball 2. Garrett Smith will try to get on for Cody Dent. And after that, it'll turn up to the top of the order once again. Francisco deals. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not, says the first base umpire, Steven Sanderson. We've got a veteran crew from the CBUAO. Danny Collins, 3-time umpire of the year in the NECBL, behind the plate. Sanderson at first, Daniel Salsi at third. That one misses inside, and Garrett Smith works a 2-out walk. Second free pass issued by Ben Francisco, and that double play looms large.
Well, Francisco allows some runners to get on base, but typically gets double play balls. He's been able to work out a number of jams. Outstanding reliever out of Villanova.
Of course, Danny Collins, the umpire behind the plate, 3-time umpire of the year, 05, 06, and 2009.
Here's Cody Dent. He takes strike 1 right down Broadway, 0-1.
We saw Bruce James last night.
He was down at third base last night in the second game of this series.
08, umpire of the year. Jeff Burt got an 07.
The pitch to Dent is in there for a called strike 2, 0-2 with 2 out. In the top of the 6th, 5-2 Navigators. Garrett Smith, the runner at first. Cody Dent at the plate. Tough lefty reliever and Mike Francisco on the hill. He looks at the runner, now deals. Curveball misses high, 1-2 the count. They're in the top of the 7th in North Adams. Danbury has just scored 2 runs to take the lead in that series. Brett Knief, a big hit to score a pair. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cody Dent down swinging, and Mike Francisco has a scoreless 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Game 3 of this Eastern Division Championship Series. Your score, North Shore 5, Newport 2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And if you're watching the video feed, you see the Newport Gulls doing their choreographed routine, standing on the dugout fence.
I'll take a live listen in.
Take a quick break and come back with the details on the new pitcher, Brian Gauthier, right after this on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 6th at Cardines Field. North Shore Navigators 5, Newport Gulls 2, Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. It'll be Zach Elgie, Matt Blow, and Connor Harrell, 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Gulls, and they'll face North Shore right-hander Bryant Gauthier. Bryant coming in to pitch. He went 0-0 with a 2.04 ERA during the regular season with a save. He got a save in his only outing in the postseason, Game 3 against Sanford. He retired the first 5 batters he faced, gave up a triple to Joe Wendell and a home run to Michael Roth before retiring the side to end the thrilling game. That one fouled back into the screen, 0-1. Gauthier, such a pleasant surprise for this bullpen. a local kid out of Lynn, Massachusetts, pitching at home this summer.
Just watch his delivery. It's arm flying.
Swing and a miss. High fastball. And the count quickly 0-2. Gauthier comes on in relief of Creighton Bear, who allowed 2 runs in 5 innings, 6 hits, no walks, a hit batter, and 5 strikeouts. And now the Navs need to get 12 outs from the bullpen. Gauthier winds and deals an 0-2. Off speed, missing outside, and the count 1-2. Navigators dropped the opener of this series, but won last night to even it up and force this deciding game 3. Here's the pitch. That one hit in the air to left field and deep. Banos to the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch at the fence for the first out of the 6th inning. Time for this date in baseball history. Nick, last night we did 1999, Tony Gwynn with his 3,000th hit. Well, on this date in 1999, the very next day, Wade Boggs got his 3,000th hit. But he did Tony Gwynn one better, the only player to ever reach the milestone with a home run. Wade Boggs, 5 batting titles.
How many players have written there now?
I think 26. There's a swing and a miss from Matt Blow. And the count 0-1. Boggs with the Red Sox and the Yankees, winning a title in '96 with the New York Yankees. Ended his career in Tampa Bay, where he reached the 3,000 hit mark. Finished with 3,010 hits. That one misses down and in as Blow gets out of the way there. Count even at a ball and a strike. Wade Boggs also with a guest appearance on The Simpsons. Homer at the bat. Got in that bar fight with Barney Gumble. That one's popped up behind the plate. The catcher Tefelsky, not much room there, and it's out of play. And in any other park, and I mean any other park, there's plenty of room for Tefelsky to make that play. We're in the pinball machine of Cardines Field, and I'd say there's 30 feet of foul ground, if that, behind the plate.
Literally any park, maybe in the world.
I'll have to get my tape measure on the foul territory. We'll make an effort to determine actually how much there is next season.
1-2 is roped to deep left center. Banos going over. He makes the catch. And there's 2 down in the 6th.
Wow.
And 2 hard hit balls by LG and Blow here in the 6th inning, and both of them hammered to left field, but both died right in front of the wall.
Both had the potential for extra bases. The hit off of the bat of LG to start the inning looked like it might have gone out, but Banos made the catch at the wall. Well, this one not hit as far, but very well struck. Brian Gauthier with 2 outs and nobody on in the 6th. Here's Connor Harrell, 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout. That one misses outside for ball 1.
Zach Elgey's been so close to hitting a bunch of home runs this season. He led the NECBL in doubles. Just hasn't been able to get one out.
Swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Tefelsky to even the count at a ball and a strike. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. North Shore in front of Newport 5-2, trying to get their way into the NECBL Championship Series, which begins tomorrow. Off speed, beautiful pitch, called strike 2 for Brian Gauthier. Bryant has been lights out this season out of the bullpen, trying to keep it up here and get a 1-2-3-6. He's 1 strike away. The 1-2 to Harrell is outside on a slider. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Harrell had the only hit off Michael Johnson until the 9th inning when Forston and Legg had hits as well last night. That one hit sharply into right center field. Pisano on his horse. He runs it down and makes the catch. Bryant Gauthier with 3 well-struck hits off him, but they all find the outfielder's glove. I guess that's why they're out there. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. The Navigators are 9 outs away from the NECBL Championship Series. Your score, Navigators 5, Gulls 2 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Cardines Field. Top of the 7th inning in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. North Shore Navigators on the road, leading the Newport Gulls, the defending champs, 5-2. in the top of the 7th, and here to take you with the play-by-play is George Bissell.
Thank you very much, James. It's been Mike Francisco's first pitch goes over the head of Banos and all the way to the backstop, ball 1. It's been an outstanding game if you're a North Shore Navigators fan. They struck for 4 runs in the second, and all 5 of the runs have come with 2 outs. They lead this one 5-2. Mike Francisco works. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt, ball 2. Just an unbelievable game tonight. Jason Banos supplying most of the offense. Pitch once again is low, 3-0 to the lefty.
Jay had that big 2-run double in the second and came around to score a run of his own, and then he had that long home run in the 4th.
That was an absolute moonshot.
The only blemish against John Farrell today.
A tough outing for Gulls pitching. 3-0 is upstairs, ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk for left fielder Jason Banos, and the leadoff man is on for the Navigators here in the top half of the 7th.
3 walks from Francisco. You don't really see that out of him. He had walked 8 in 15 innings in the regular season, but this is uncharacteristic for Mike.
Oh, he's been on and off with his control. When he's on, he's deadly, and it's almost impossible to even touch him, but he's had his bouts of wildness at times this season. But when his game is on, there are a few better in the NECBL. Banos is man on first. Pitch to Matt Hamlet is a ball. So 5 straight out of the zone from Francisco. He's trying to hold serve here. The Gulls only have 9 outs to work with. Try to get back in this game and tie it. The pitch is upstairs. A fastball. Ball 2, 2-0. Hamlet, second baseman. Walked, stole a base. Had an RBI single with 2 outs in the second. And then struck out looking in the 4th. And now we're going to have a conference at the mound between Nugent, Legg, Bentrot, Kenny DeKroger, and pitching coach Scott Virgilak. Scott Virgilak now the official pitching coach for the Gulls after Jeff Walker had to leave the interview for a college coaching position. So the head coach for the Rhode Island College Anchormen has joined Mike Coombs on the bench. Virgilak departs, and Nugent's back behind the plate. We're set to resume here. The count is 2-0 on Matt Hamlet. Jason Banos is on first. Nobody out here in the 7th. The 2-0 pitch is a called strike. Right down the middle. It's been a tough series to watch for Newport Gulls fans. They've come so far. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. It gets by Bentrot and into center field. It's a base hit for Matt Hamlet. And now there are 2 on with nobody out here on Mike Francisco.
Jeff Waldron's put Matt Hamlet in the top of the order, usually in that 2nd spot here in the playoffs. And Matt has rewarded his confidence. 2 for 3 tonight, plus a walk and a stolen base.
You can't say enough about timely hitting, and that's what the Navigators have done. And we have tonight's attendance figure. Tonight at Cardinals Field, attendance 2,275, 2,275 the attendance tonight. That's
back to the Gills.
That's a pretty good crowd here at Cardines. I've seen numbers close to and over 3,000. The Gulls set the single season attendance record this summer at Cardines. Squaring around a bunt is Braxton Graven. He pulls back, ball 1.
It's a little bit of stating the obvious, but there does seem to be a much bigger difference with a 3-run lead and a 4-run lead. Navigators playing for a run here as Graven tries to bunt.
Well, they learned how big insurance runs were last series. As pitched the called strike to Braxton Graven. That insurance run became the difference in the entire series for them.
In Game 3 against Sanford, they were up 5-4, seemingly put it away with 2 in the 8th, only for the Mainers to battle back with 2 out, 2-strike hits, one of them a home run to make it 7-6.
Yeah, Bobby Doyen with the big blast there in the 9th. As Braxton Graven pulls back the bunt again, it's 2-1.
That was a heart stopper of a series. Surprisingly, this series has been even better. Tight games all throughout.
Certainly last night was an outstanding game. 2 Ivy League pitchers on the hill. The pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, 2-2. And Graven liked the call. He backs away to take some time to reset here. He pinwheels the bat. The 2-2 pitch coming to Braxton Graven. Mike Francisco. Banos on second. Hamlet at first. The pitch. Swinging a foul into the screen down the left field line.
Both strikes against Graven were bunt attempts that he pulled back, but Danny Collins running him up on those two. Now Graven fouling off a 2-strike pitch.
So we'll do it again here. A center fielder and slide to left, walked and struck out. Pitch is upstairs, ball 3. And count runs full on Graven. A walk would load the bases with nobody out.
For Anthony Melchionda, who has had a ton of big hits this postseason for the Navs.
The payoff pitch from the stretch, Francisco deals. Called third strike on the outside corner, and Graven can't believe it. Barking a home plate umpire, Danny Collins. Graven is rung up on strikes.
We see the replay, and that one was
a borderline pitch at best.
At least. You know, I'm not going to get on the ump too much here. Danny Collins, a 3-time umpire of the year, but that one did look outside, seeing the replay.
And now Mike Coombs is out of the dugout here to talk with Danny Collins. I'm not sure what about. Now he's making his way to the mound, and he's going to make a pitching change. And we'll have a pitching change here from Cardines Field. When we come back, you're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Newport Gulls baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at Newport.
And welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. We have a pitching change on the hill now for the Newport Gulls is the closer, Seth Simmons. Seth Simmons is going to take over for Mike Francisco. He has 2 on with only 1 out here in the inning. Simmons on the postseason so far has pitched 3 innings, allowed only 3 hits, and struck out 5 batters. This will be his 4th appearance. But Seth is, I think we have is that a seagull?
I'm not sure, but
what is that?
Sounds like it's screaming in agony, fitting considering the 5-2 ball game.
I've never heard that.
I don't know. Maybe it's a bat or something. I don't know.
Well, we're not in Keene. Of course, I've never seen a swamp bat. Pitch is cut out and missed. Strike 1 to Melchionda. So now our esteemed colleague Nick Lehman joins us back in the booth.
Good to be back.
Been an outstanding season, Nick, as this one draws late. Seth Simmons is on the hill for the Gulls. The closer deals. A filthy slider breaks away from Melchionda for strike 2.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Mike Coombs going to Simmons here in the 7th. Navs haven't been able to touch him all year.
Very few people have, so I don't feel bad for the Navs here. Another breaking ball is outside. That slider from Simmons again at 75. The slider at 75. He throws a changeup. Oh, actually, he's working on the changeup. Yeah. Throws a fastball around the mid-90s. Seth Simmons, he set a Gulls record for saves this season. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Strike 3. Melchionda goes down swinging. There are 2 outs in the inning.
Oh, big swing and a miss there. Simmons just blowing it by Melchionda. Seth coming on for Mike Francisco. The lefty went an inning and a third. Allowed 1 hit, walked 3, struck out 2. He did not allow a run, although he is responsible for Banos at second and Hamlet at first.
So now up at the plate will be Jack Mayfield. Mayfield doubled and scored a run in the second. Flew out to right and popped up to Derek Legg in the 5th. This is his 4th plate appearance. 2 on. Slider breaks off the plate and away, ball 1. So Seth Simmons, the fireman, been called filthy and disgusting by his teammates. Probably the funniest goal. His stuff is electric. The fastball is inside. Mayfield jackknifes out of the way. Ball 2.
Filthy and disgusting in the best sense of the word.
Certainly.
Complimentary, of course.
Of course.
Certainly. Seth Simmons out of East Carolina. Freshman. He deals. Cut on a missed fastball. Mayfield comes up empty.
Yeah, it's amazing the way Simmons ended his college season this year, giving up a walk-off home run to Memphis in the Conference USA title game. To recover from that and have an incredible season here in summer ball is really a testament to the toughness of Simmons.
Well, you have to have a short memory as a closer. Nobody could tell you that better than him, probably. Fastball taken just low, and the count is 3-1 to Jack Mayfield.
Navigators trying to tack on here up 5-2. They've got a good chance here with Mayfield at the plate and another run in scoring position.
A 3-1 pitch from Simmons working out of the stretch. He kicks and deals, swinging a drive. This ball is crushed deep to right center. Going back is Harrell, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So a long fly ball, and Mayfield is retired. And now let's send it down to public address announcer Don O'Hanley for the 7th inning stretch.
Knee out to the ball. Knee out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers. I don't care if I ever get back home. Roots for the Gulls. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. Oh, that was great.
7th inning stretch. Don O'Hanley would take me out to the ball game. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. And the sun is beginning to set on another outstanding summer here in Newport. The Gulls trail 5-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They'll have 7, 8, 9. Caranto, Bentrot, and Nugent at the plate here to work against Bryant Gauthier. The pitch is high. Caranto could not check the swing. And that's strike 1. Gauthier pitched last inning, gave up 3 long fly balls, but no hits, none left on base. Pitches upstairs and away. 1-1. The Caranto, the designated hitters, are tired 3 unassisted and singled his last plate appearance. Swinging a foul ball to the screen behind home plate. 1-2. As Nick, I know you'll be happy to see. We read the official attendance.
2275, 2,275, one of the larger playoff crowds.
Swing and a drive. This ball is hit deep to center field. Under it is Graven, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Wow, 4 balls just smoked off Gauthier, but they've all turned into Newport outs.
There's 4 straight that have been tattooed, but unfortunately they've been right at the fielders. And it's just 4 outs.
I guess that's why they put the outfielders where they have for the last 150 years or whatever it is.
Well, it's that defensive alignment for manager Jeff Waldron. Whatever he's done has worked. They've come back from a game down to tie it. Now they have a chance to win it. A breaking ball is a strike high in the zone to David Bentrot, the shortstop. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 3rd. And sacrificed fly out in the 4th. Pitch downstairs, low. Ball 1.
Dan Duvall jogging out to the bullpen area down the left field line from the Navs dugout. He'll probably be the next hurler in for the Navs.
Pitch, swing and a drive. This ball is lifted in center field. In comes Graven. He makes the catch on the run for out number 2. Another solidly struck ball off the bat of a Gull, but it finds its way into Graven's glove for out number 2.
They go to the top of the 9th, now 2 outs. Danbury Westerners they head to the bottom of the 9th as of the moment. Danbury leads North Adams 2-1. Again, Danbury has one more out to work with in the top half of the inning, but the Steeplecats will have one more chance to come back.
Gauthier's offering to Nugent is fouled out of play.
It's amazing that fly out to center from Bentrot that just happened might have been the softest hit ball off of Gauthier out of the 5, and that one was pretty well struck in its own right.
The Gulls just haven't been able to get the big hit. Seems like they've been waiting the past 2 games for it. It's just never come. Pitches outside to Nugent. Oh, and the Gulls only have 7 outs left. Pitches a breaker and doesn't find the outside part of the plate. 2-1. So Danbury has come back to take the lead 2-1. Swing and a miss. Bryce Nugent comes up empty on a fastball. And he's down to his last strike.
And Mike Housechild, 8 innings of 1-run ball with 13 strikeouts for Housechild for the Westerners.
That's outstanding. Well, fortunately for whoever wins this game, he won't be available for game 1. Bryce Nugent cuts on a fastball and misses. He's down. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Bryant Gauthier. And the Gulls are down to their final 6 outs. It's 5-2. You're listening to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here to Cardines Field. The score is 5-2. Newport Gulls trail the North Shore Navigators in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. And now to take you with the play-by-play story, the man, the myth, the legend, the voice of the Newport Gulls, Nick Lima.
Thank you very much, George Bissell. Says Simmons' first pitch of the 8th inning is a fastball across for strike 1. Simmons got the last 2 outs in the 7th. There's a strikeout and a fly out to center. Newport Gulls running out of time here as the Navigators looking to clinch a championship series berth. The 0-1 from the stretch. Fastball in there for strike 2. Bryce Tafelski, 0 for 1, popped the first, sack bunt, and walked. Navigators get 4 runs in the 2nd. Add 1 more and a solo shot by Banos in the 4th. The pitch. Check swing, it's taken high. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Steve Sanderson. That's ball 1.
Simmons coming on in the 7th inning to get out of a 2-on, 1-out jam and keep it at 5-2.
Gulls will have the top of the order due up in the last of the 8th. Simmons from the stretch at the belt, the 1-2 pitch. High and away, ball 2. Newport Gulls, all hands on deck here, pulling out all the stops. Gonna do everything they can to pull off a come from behind victory in this game. But the Navigators have dominated the last 2 games of this series. They lead 5-2 in the 8th. Here in Game 3, the 2-2 pitch. So we're gonna pop up back and out of play.
The North Adams Steeplecats are down to their final 2 outs. Devin Shines just popped out for the first out in the bottom of the 9th. Danbury clinging to a 2-1 lead. Mike Housechild going for the complete game victory. He struck out 13 in 8 1/3. He's got to go through Jonathan Castine and Kevin Wager to put the Westerners in the championship series.
Unless the Steeplecats can find some walk-off magic, Danbury might be waiting tomorrow. A 2-2. Swing a foul tip to the backstop. Of course, the Navigators would have home field advantage if they face Danbury.
If they do face Danbury, Game 1 would be in Lynn tomorrow night. If the Navigators win and North Adams comes back to win in walk-off fashion, Game 1 would be at Joe Wolf Field in North Adams.
Fire engine sound behind us. Fire station across the street in West Marlborough Street. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Chased a high fastball. Second strikeout for Simmons. That's the 10th for Gulls pitching tonight. The Danbury Westerners have not appeared in the NECBL Championship Series since 1996, when they were defeated by the Central Mass Collegians, who won 2 straight league titles. Steeplecats have never had a shot at the Fay Vincent Cup in the LCS. Dario Pisano is 0 for 3 at a tough night at the plate. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, and also 0 for 3 bounced into a 4-3 double play. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. 2,275 the attendance here at Cardines Field. Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. The 0-1 pitch, outside corner, a called strike.
Seth Simmons doing what he always does, throwing strikes very hard, getting ahead of hitters and putting them away.
0-1-2 the count, bases empty, 1 out, 5-2 Navs in the 8th, the pitch. Strike, come out looking on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Simmons. As he's done all season, he's been stellar. Doing it when Newport needs it here. The Gulls, though, have 6 outs left to work with and a 3-run deficit to climb out of.
And the North Adams Steeplecats at home, like the Gulls, down to their final 2 outs in the 9th inning of their game. North Adams was down to their final inning in Keene, but came back to win in extra innings on the road and then won the game 3 at home.
We have a pinch hitter here.
Ben Waldrop coming up for Garrett Smith. He'll just take over Garrett's spot in the 8th hole in the lineup and in designated hitter.
Smith was 1 for 2, a walk and RBI single. The pitch from Simmons. Up and away, ball 1. Waldrop has struggled at the plate a bit in the postseason. He is just 3 for 19 with an RBI, 3 strikeouts. He's hit a 3 double plays, hitting 158. From the stretch, the 1-0, foul tip to the backstop, and it's 1-1. So both underdogs right now, the 2 seeds in their respective divisions, looking to get past the regular season champions of the East and West, North Adams and Newport. 1-1 the count, the pitch from Seth Simmons to Waldrop, the veteran. Popped up, back and out of play over the netting onto America's Cup Avenue to the left behind the grandstand. Cody Denton waits on deck. There are 2 outs here in the 8th.
North Adams has the tying run on first in Chance Mack, but they're down to their final out.
That means they have the winning run at the plate.
They do.
The 1-2 pitch. Foul down the left field line, hooking towards the bus station across the street by the Newport Visitors Center.
Garrett Gray, the Steeplecats backstop, coming up with a chance to put the Steeplecats in the championship series, but he's got to hit a home run off Mike Housechild.
A ball and 2 strikes on Waldrop, the pinch hitter. Here in the 8th, bases empty, 2 outs, 5-2 Navigators lead the Gulls. The pitch. Slider missed up and in for ball 2.
Newport will send the top of the order up in the 8th inning. Brian Gauthier went 6 up, 6 down, but his night might be over. We'll see who comes on to face Derek Legg to start the 8th.
From the stretch, the 2-2 from Simmons. Outside ball 3. Counts worked full. That one didn't miss by much. Outfield playing deep here. Infield pull. Waldrop, the lefty at the plate, stands in, levels the bat. Simmons has a long look in to the catcher, Nugent. From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Ground ball foul around the plate area.
Well, Waldrop stays alive, trying to get on base and keep the inning going for North Shore.
Once again, Simmons will toe the rubber from the first base side and look in on Nugent. Waldrop levels the bat. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Seth Simmons strikes out the side here in the 8th. And after 7.5 from Cardines Field, North Shore Navigators 5, Newport Gulls 2 on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Let's pick up the action live in North Adams as the Steeplecats hang on in the 9th inning.
Steeplecats, the Westerners, are going to the NECBL Championship Series. They defeat the North Adams Steeplecats tonight 2-1, and they win the Western Division Finals 2-1. We've seen 3 series in the Western Division playoffs, and the team that has won the first game was not able to finish off the series. Oh, what a game. We're going to step aside and catch our breath, so Melissa and I will be back with the post-game show in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to this game on the Team Line, NECBL Broadcast Network.
There you heard it live from Rick Samunjan and Melissa Barrett on the ACBL Broadcast Network. The Danbury Westerners will move to postseason play, continue in postseason play, and they'll have their first LCS berth since 1999 as they come from one game down to defeat the North Adams Steelcats 2-1 the final score at Rogers Park.
What a game. Now, we couldn't catch most of it because we always would go in during one of their commercial breaks, but Mike Housechild with the complete game, and he pitches the Westerners into the championship series. Who will join them? The Navigators, 6 outs away. They're going to bring in Dan Duvall to come on and get 3 outs here in the 8th inning. Duvall.
And we'll step away and come back in just a moment here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardees Field, North Shore 5, Newport 2, as we go to the last of the 8th. Gulls have 6 outs left to work with as the Navigators are on the threshold. We'll go to Dan Duvall here in the 8th.
Dan Duvall, a righty, 1-2 during the regular season with a 2.38 ERA. He made 1 appearance in the postseason. That was Game 3 against Sanford. He walked a couple batters and allowed a couple of inherited runners to score.
First pitch is inside for ball 1. Derek Legg, 1 for 2, a sac bunt, a single, and a ground out to short. From the stretch, Duvall, the 0-1. Fastball in there for a strike. The count will even at 1-1.
Duvall came on when it was 5-2 with a couple men on base, and he allowed them both to score, the last coming on a wild pitch. Sanford cut it to 5-4, and the Navs won by 1.
1-1 breaking ball is cut on and lined up the first base line, but foul. Peeling towards the Mudville Pub seating area. Karam's back onto the field by the warehouse in front of the scoreboard with 4 league championships banners hang. 01, 02, 05, and 2009. As the defending champions of the NECBL, the Newport Gulls, trail here in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series 5-2. Derek Legg at the plate. There's 5 postseason hits. Looking for 1 more. Get a Gulls rally going. They trail by 3 runs with not much time left. Duvall from the stretch. And he deals. Swinging a little flare in the left field. In comes Banos. And it's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. Derek Legg has his 2nd hit of the night. And the Gulls are in business here in the 8th. They'll bring the tying run to the on-deck circle as Brennan Kelleher steps up. Kelleher 1 for 3 with an RBI hit himself tonight.
Navigators trying to pull the same trick that Danbury just did. The 2 seed going on the road to beat the top seed and the regular season division champion. Danbury beating North Adams 2-1 moments ago. North Shore still a long way to go. 6 outs remaining.
Kelleher will step in from the right side. Brandon, 291, 3 homers, 20 RBI in the regular season for the Newport Gulls was outstanding. His 2 home runs came at home. Pitch is low. Ball 1. Gulls would like a couple more base runners here. 1 more will get the tying run to the plate. Dan Gamache has an at-bat on the on-deck circle as the pitch is swung on and foul, tipped to the backstop. Karam's right back into Newport's dugout and scatters the troops there.
That makes sense. DeKroger, a righty. Gamache, a lefty. Kenny also slumping in this postseason, 1 for 15. And Gamache has come up with big hits for Newport in the postseason.
1-1 the count on Kelleher, trying to get on with Legg at first and nobody out in the 8th. Duvall sets and deals. Curve is swung on a miss for strike 2. Kelleher, 4 for 18 now in postseason play. He has 3 RBI, tied with Dan Gamache for the team lead. It's a pitch. So they check with the runner at first. The leg back standing. Derek 5 for 5 at stolen bases in the regular season. Has not attempted to steal here in the 2nd season.
And how much would Dan Gamache love a big hit here?
Pitch is low. They look down, they run at first. Tefelski does not throw down. Count 2-2 on Kelleher, Newport's left fielder, back in the second spot in the order for the first time since June.
Dan Gamache, the hometown hero, stands in the on-deck circle. Kelleher gets on base. He represents the tying run at the plate.
2-2 the count as Duvall looks in on Brendan from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Curve is a strike 3 called in the inside corner. Late strike call from Danny Collins. Kelleher can't believe it. He has a few words for Danny, but we'll head back to the dugout. That's out number 1. And now Dan Gamache will step up to the plate. Dan, the Exeter, Rhode Island native, former Newport Gull host family member. Grew up watching this team, now playing for it here in 2010. Was a double, 3 for 16 in the postseason with 3 RBI, hitting 188.
I didn't know that about Dan. What a story.
One of many great stories this year for Newport. Dan saw his average climb towards the end of the season and pick up co-player of the week honors in the final week. He stands in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Gamache finish up the regular season, improve his average up nearly 70 points from where he left off in June.
Hit 283 during the regular year.
3 homers, 23 RBI, second on the team, and a great clutch hitter at the plate. 4 doubles and a triple. 355 on base percentage. He's also patient. Pitch is up and away. Picked up 14 walks. And drove in just 2 fewer than Derek Legg, who led the team with 25 RBI and stands in at first base. A ball and a strike now, and Gamache, the pinch hitter. The pitch is low and away for ball 2. Zach Algie to follow with a runner at first and 1 out. We're here in the 8th and a 5-2 ball game. 2-1. Swing a drive in the left field. Jason Banos going back. He's under it. Will make the catch, and there are 2 away in the 8th inning. The Gulls got a run home back in the 3rd on the Brendan Kelleher RBI single. A David Bentrat sacrifice fly in the 4th got Newport's 2nd run. They've been held scoreless since. Trail the North Shore Navigators 5-2 and have just 4 outs left. The Mountains come back in this one. The Danbury Westerners await the winner of tonight's game. Zach Algie is 1 for 3, singled, struck out, fly to left. Legg still leads at first. The pitch. Curve is in there for a strike.
Danbury will be getting on a bus tomorrow. Where they will go, still up in the air. Could be here to Cardines, could be up to Fraser Field.
0-1 pitch with breaking ball, swung on line in the left field for a base hit. A 2-out single for Algie. Took that one the other way. The Newport Gulls have runners at first and second, and they will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning in the form of their home run derby competitor, Matt Blow.
There's no better time than now for Matt Blow to step up here with a big hit.
Blow, 4 home runs, led the team, 19 RBI in the regular season, a .554 slugging percentage, best on the Gulls. In the postseason, he has 3 hits, he's 3 for 12, and 250, no homers, 2 RBI. Struck out, single, flying to left tonight. Tying run at the plate, go ahead and run in the on-deck circle for Newport. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Legg at second. LG just singled in first. From the stretch, Duvall the pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner for strike 1. First pitch strike once again from Dan.
Newport finally with base runners in the late innings. Going into the 8th, they had 8 in a row retired.
Blow pinwheels the bat, holds his right leg up. Stands in the batter's box, now steps out. Tap the plate, step right back in. Look out on Dan Duvall, gets the sign, comes to the stretch. The 0-1 pitch to the plate. Low and away, it's 1-1. Connor Harrell waits on deck. The Gulls just have Chris Forston left on the bench. All hands on deck here in game 3. Duvall gets the sign from the set. The 1-1. Swinging a foul, tipped around the plate area, and Blow saw a pitch to Hammer. He's frustrated with himself, didn't get all of it, just tipped it.
He did the old toss the bat in the air and grab it with the other hand. He knew he could have tattooed that one. But instead, the count 1-2. Dan Duvall making things interesting in the 8th, but he's 1 strike away from getting out of it.
2 outs here in the 8th inning. 2 runners on. The tying run at the plate for Newport. Ball 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Missed about a foot off the plate. Blow did not chase, thought about it. Did not move the bat at all. He'll step back in from the left side. Leg at second. LG at first. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dan Duvall gets out of a big jam here in the 8th inning. The Gulls strand 2. They've left 6. And after 8 innings complete from Cardines Field, North Shore Navigators 5, Newport Gulls 2, and Game 3 of the NECBL Eastern Division Championship Series on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field, here in the 9th inning. North Shore Navigators have 9-1-2 to up. Face Seth Simmons, comes out for another inning of relief. Cody Dent stands in the pitch. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. Simmons has struck out 4 of the 5 batters he's faced since coming on in the 7th. 2 runners on to get a strikeout and a fly out to end the inning. Strikeout the side in the 8th. Dent 1 for 3 with a single. The 0-1. Foul tip to the backstop. A defensive swing from Dent. Just got a piece of a fastball. Dan Gamache takes over for Kenny DeKroger defensively at third base for the Newport Gulls. Simmons from the stretch. At the belt, he sets and deals the 0-2. Struck him out looking in the outside corner. That's 4 straight strikeouts and 5 total for Simmons here in relief. The silver lining on the Newport Gulls throughout this season has been Seth Simmons.
Mike Coombs calling on Seth in a big jam in the 7th. It was 5-2 Navs, 2 on and 1 out, and Simmons put out the fire just like any great closer should do, and he's kept the Navs bats at bay.
Here's Jason Banos. So a good night. The pitch is low ball 1. He was, of course, the All-Star Game MVP. There's a 2 RBI double of the night and a solo home run. Pitch is low, ball 2. It's 1 for 3, struck out, walked. Homeward to right. Hit a wall ball double to drive in 2 runs back in the 2nd. He counts for the difference in this game, the 2-0. On the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. 2 up in the last of the night. The last chances for the Newport Gulls here in the 2010 season. They'll have 6, 7, and 8 pitches on the outside corner for a strike. Connor Harrell, Kevin Caranto, David Bentrott, and then if they get there, Bryson Nugent. Left on the bench is Chris Forston for Newport. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 9th. Jason Baino stands in from the stretch. Simmons, he deals. Swinging a foul to the left. Danbury Westerners defeated the North Adams Steelcats 2-1. Out hit North Adams 8-3 on the road. Steelcats pull off the Steelcats are upset. Mike Horshaw. Complete game, 101 pitches. Except just a 1 run in the 5th. The pitch. Swinging a little flare off the end of the bat towards the shortstop. Charging David Bentrott, gloves, throws to first, and it is not time. Wild gets away, and it's backed up. It'll be an infield hit for Banos.
Jay with 3 hits in the game.
Triple shy of the cycle.
Well, he's hoping he doesn't get that chance to come up again.
Gulls would have to plate 3 runs, perhaps more on the bottom of the ninth, if North Shore can tag on any more insurance here. Part of the order coming up now, and Matt Hamlet. Hamlet walked, an RBI single in the 2nd, driving his first postseason run, and struck out looking in the 4th. He singled again the 7th, but on base 3 times.
The second baseman, number 4, Matt Hamlet.
No one is left of the crowd of 2275. Just over 2,000 again here tonight. So wait, the Newport Gulls, and one final chance to come back in the bottom half of this inning. Seth Simmons from the stretch at the belt. He fires. Swinging a hot hit, fly ball to right, but there is Zach Elgie to run it down. Makes the catch. 2 out. After the game, regardless of the outcome, we'll have the full post-game report. We're down on the field with player, staff,
The center fielder,
fan interviews.
number 24,
We'll be with you for a while after this one, regardless of tonight's outcome. So don't miss a moment. 2 outs, runner at first in the ninth. They check on him, diving in safely is Banos, who could snap throw from Simmons. Braxton Graven at the plate, 0 for 3 with the walk. He struck out twice. From the stretch, Simmons. The pitch. Fastball is over the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. Cardines Field. Not exactly quiet. Any of the fans still into this one. Gulls trail by 3. Another snap throw to first, and this time Banos is back standing. 0-1 the count on Graven. Batting from the left-hand batter's box. The pitch. Just outside, ball 1. The count will even. The ball to strike.
I'm surprised to see that this is not the longest outing of the season for Seth Simmons. He had a 4-inning appearance on June 12th in Laconia. They ended up losing that game in 13 innings. He got a no decision.
His outstanding relief then. 1-1. Over the outside corner for strike 2. He wanted to go out for the 13th inning, but Mike Coombs brought him back in and said, well, I need you later on in the season. Of course, he's been used now 4 times here in the playoffs. Here, now 2 innings plus. Trying to get one more out in the ninth. The 1-2 pitch. The runner goes. Comes inside and hits him. Breaking ball. Tagged Graven. I'll put runners on at first and second for the cleanup hitter, Anthony Melchianda. Slider came inside, tagged Graven on the back. Melchianda's 0 for 4. It's grounded short. Bounced to third. Struck out in the 5th. And was the first strikeout victim of Seth Simmons in the 7th, who's going on down to strike out 5 here in relief. 2 runners on. Comes set. Checks the runner at second and deals. Fastball is popped up, back and out of play.
This is the 4th time the Navs are facing Simmons. It's the first time that they've had more than one runner on base off of the Gulls closer out of East Carolina.
0-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a drive into center field, going over to his right, Harrell. He's there, and he has it. And that's out number 3 here in the ninth. The Navigators have stranded 8 on 8 hits, but they lead 5-2. And we'll keep it right here at Cardines Field as we get set to go to the last of the ninth inning. Newport Gulls 2, North Shore Navigators 5. I'm Nick Lima alongside James Smythe and George Bissell. And the North Shore Navigators are 3 outs away from an Eastern Division championship. Newport Gulls looking to spoil that, to at least tie it here. They would have to play 3 runs. Connor Harrell, Kevin Caranto, David Benchart, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Gulls. And up against that far, Bryce Nugent. Coming on for the Navigators is Hunter Rivers.
Hunter Rivers, the Navs closer, 4-1 with 4 saves and an ERA of 3.97 in the regular season. He's had 2 appearances in the postseason already. The first of them came in game 1 of this series. He pitched the 9th, or the bottom of the 8th rather, with the Navs trailing 5-4. He walked a pair and struck out a pair and put up a scoreless inning of relief, and he had a quick save last night. It was 2-0 Navs with 2 on and 2 out, and Michael Johnson couldn't quite get the complete game, and Rivers was called on to face the tough Dan Gamache, and he induced the ground out to second base to extend the series. And now Rivers will face the righty Harrell, the lefty Caranto, and the righty Bentrot with a 3-run cushion that has 3 outs away from punching their ticket to the first NECBL Championship Series in team history.
In franchise history, the Navigators were there 3 times as the Middletown Giants. They won it 3 years in a row, 97, 98, 99 against Torrington twice, and against the Danbury Westerners in 1999. So for the franchises, it's setting up to possibly be a rematch of that 99 series. Newport Gulls, of course, have been there 8 times in the last 10 years, going back to the year 2000. Twice they have not made it to the finals in team history. 2006, the Torrington Twisters swept past the Gulls. The Twisters also did it to Newport in 2003. They won 4 of those 8 championship series, including last year when they defeated the Vermont Mountaineers. But here in the bottom of the 9th inning at Cardines Field, the Newport Gulls are 3 outs away from elimination. North Shore Navigators 5 and the Newport Gulls 2. Connor Harrell's 0 for 3, steps up against Hunter Rivers. Comes to the stretch and fires. Fastball is popped up right side and out of play. So it all comes down to this. A season on the line for the Gulls and the Navigators here in the bottom of the 9th. As Newport will try one more time at a comeback. They've had 8 hits in the game, matched Navs in the hit column. They've stranded 6 on base. The pitch. Curve is high for ball 1. Danbury Westerners have defeated the North Adams Steelcats 2-1 with a 2-1 victory tonight in North Adams on the road. The Westerners upsets put them in the finals to face one of these 2 teams. Right now it looks like the Navigators. The 1-1 pitch is a ground ball bounce to third. There, the third baseman has it, throws across to first. Mayfield to Melchianda is in time, and there is 1 out in the bottom of the 9th.
The Navigators will be coming home tonight. Will they have a game to play? We'll find out. Hunter Rivers needs 2 more outs.
Here is Kevin Caranto. 1 for 3, ground out, a fly out, and a single. David Bentrot, 2-time Newport Gull, waits on deck. Base is empty, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. From the stretch, Hunter Rivers. He kicks and deals. Up and away, goes to the backstop for ball 1. Series tied 1 game apiece. On the line right here in game 3. 3-run lead for North Shore. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. The Gulls could use some base runners here. A shot at coming back.
They need 2 to bring the tying run to the plate.
Rivers sets. Deals a 1-1. High and away for ball 2 to Caranto, the designated hitter. 2,275 here at Cardines Field. Looking on. The 2-1. Inside, ball 3. A walk here will bring the tying run to the on-deck circle. A long look in for Rivers from the stretch. The 3-1. High for ball 4. And the Gulls get a base runner here in the 9th. They'll need more than that. It's up to David Bentrot now. With 1 out, a runner at first. The game 5-2, North Shore on top. Bentrot, who is 0 for 1 with a flyout, had a sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the 4th. It was hit by a pitch, came around to score in the 3rd. Heel bat here. His team trailing by 3 runs. Bentrot was part of that 2009 championship team. Had a few miraculous comebacks. Looking to spark a rally in the 9th inning. The pitch. Curve on the outside corner for strike 1.
A lot of returning players this year for the Gulls. Trying to repeat as champions. What a run they've had. Trying to keep it going a little longer.
David Bentrot, David Palms, Jeff Brown, tonight's starter. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball bounced to second. It's off the glove of the pitcher. And here's a throw to first. It is in time to get Bentrott. Going to second base was Caranto, as Hunter Rivers knocked that one down. It could have been a double play ball at the end of the game, but the pitcher Rivers slowed down the ball, as they would have pick it up himself and throw to first to get the only sure out.
Well, Bentrott tough to double up to begin with. Rivers, a sigh of relief. At least he got one out.
So it's a 1-3 ground out. And now Bryce Nugent is the last hope for the Newport Gulls. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nugent singled and struck out twice. 1 for 3 in the ball game, leading the Gulls in hitting here in postseason play. Should it get there, Derek Legg, Team RBI leader, waits on deck. A runner at second. 5-2, North Shore leads. From the stretch, Rivers, the pitch. Swing and a miss, chased a high fastball.
Legg, the tying run in the on-deck circle. Newport just wants to give him a chance to bat.
Nugent, the lefty, taps the plate, looks out on Rivers, who comes to the set. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul tipped off the catcher's equipment, and the Newport Gulls are down to their last strike. Game 3 of the Eastern Division Finals. 5-2 Navs, a runner at second and 2 outs. 0-2 the count on Bryce Nugent. Hunter Rivers will look in for the sign. Toes the rubber. He comes to the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. High and away, ball 1.
Oh, I think, Nick, that was a case of overthrowing it a bit on 0-2. Fastball way high and outside. Hunter still another chance to put it away here.
Nugent again taps the plate. A ball and 2 strikes to count. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. He deals. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 2.
Those 2 pitches way off from Hunter. Trying to put away Nugent.
Once again, he looks in on Nugent, who steps out. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, a runner at second. 3-run deficit for Newport. We're in the 9th. Here is the pitch. Comes inside, goes to the backstop. A wild pitch, taking off for third is Caranto. He'll get there. Nearly hit Nugent. He backed out of the way and let it go to the backstop.
Caranto of little consequence at third base. The important guy is in the on-deck circle. Legg the tying run. Nugent just trying to get on base and bring that tying run to the plate. He fell behind 0-2, but now he's worked the count full.
So it's all come down to this. A runner at third. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Season on the line. Rivers from the stretch. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the North Shore Navigators are the 2010 Eastern Division champions. As the Newport Gulls season comes to an end here at Cardines Field, North Shore will take on Danbury tomorrow night in the League Championship Series.
What a win for the Navigators. Won an elimination game against the Sanford Mainers in Game 3 of their first round series on Wednesday. Dropped the first game here 5-4 against the defending champion Gulls. Went home in another elimination game. Michael Johnson saved the day as the Navs won 2-0 to force the third and deciding game. And then the Navs jump on Jeff Brown in the second inning, a pitcher that dominated them last week. And then they hang on to win 5-2. And it's back home for a game tomorrow night, Game 1 of the New England Collegiate Baseball League Championship Series. Tomorrow night, first pitch at 6:15. The second-seeded Danbury Westerners and the second-seeded North Shore Navigators. Kevin Kyle, the lefty for North Shore. Kevin Kilpatrick, the lefty, going for Danbury.
The Newport Gulls season comes to an end here at Cardines Field as the North Shore Navigators come from 1 game down to defeat Newport. The final score here in Game 3, the Navigators 5 and the Newport Gulls 2. Don't go away, because we won't be going away for a while here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. We have a full post-game show. We'll be down on the field talking to some of these players, staff, and many more people who made this season possible, made this run possible. We'll be back. The post-game report begins next on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Totals in this one. The final game for the Gulls of the 2010 season for the visiting North Shore Navigators. 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 8 left on base for the Newport Gulls. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors, they surrendered 7. The starting pitchers in this one are the pitchers of record. Jeff Brown won 2 innings, 4 runs, all of them earned, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Creighton Bear, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. He walked none, hit a batter. 1 home run hit in this game. It was hit off the bat of Jim Banos, who drove in 3. That was the difference in this contest. Banos, certainly make an argument for him as player of the game, as he went 3 for 4 with an infield hit, a solo home run to right, a 2-run double off the wall, and a walk. And an outstanding night at the plate as he carried the Navigators to a 5-2 victory. The game took 2 hours and 48 minutes to play. It was watched by a crowd of 2,275 here at Cardines Field. And looking elsewhere around the league, the North Adams Steeplecats were eliminated tonight as well. The favorite in the ACBL West fell to the Danbury Westerners in Game 3 at North Adams. 2-1 the final score. So it'll be North Shore and North Adams tomorrow night at 6:15 at Frazier Field.
Wow. Navigators starting the season 0-6 and turning things around, winning 16 out of 20 to vault into first place in the Eastern Division. They were up there for most of July until they were caught by the Gulls. Down the stretch, Newport taking the lead in the final week of the season. They won their last 8 games in the regular season, swept through Laconia, and dominated the Muskrats. And then the top-seeded Gulls hosted the Navigators, who edged out the Sanford Mainers in round 1. And then they come on here to Newport, drop game 1, a tight one 5-4, fighting for their playoff lives, pull off the win last night 2-0. And then they come down here once again, but this time pull off the win 5-2. And what a wild ride it's been. It's going to go on for a little bit longer. Game 1 tomorrow night, Sunday at 6:15 at Frazier Field. Danbury Westerners and North Shore Navigators, the 2 charter franchises that are still in operation here in the NECBL. Game 2 will be Monday in Danbury at Rogers Park. And then if the 2 teams split, we'll be back at Frazier Field on Tuesday for the 3rd and deciding game of the championship series. But Nick, quite a championship series in the Eastern Division we've had between these 2 clubs.
Newport Gulls began the season back in June, were just 10-10 in the month of June, had their share of struggles, could not win more than 2 games in a row. Well, they turned that right around in July, as the Newport Gulls went on to win 17 games in the month of July. Newport won the last 8 games straight of the regular season, behind strong pitching throughout the month, strong defense, and what became the best offense in the NECBL. In the playoffs, they swept through the Laconia Muskrats to win 10 straight games, and won, of course, Game 1 of this series here at Cardines Field 5-4. Falling last night 2-0 to North Shore, and falling here in Game 3 5-2 the final score. Give the Newport Gulls a lot of credit, because they pulled off one of the greatest victories in team history, winning 11 consecutive games. It hadn't been done before, and this team did it. A team that went just 10-10 in June really got hot and turned things around in July. To shows you that in baseball, anything can happen from any group of people.
What a run they've had, the defending champs fighting to the bitter end. And the Navigators fend them off as they go for their first championship in team history.
Well, James Smythe, we look forward to listening in, and good luck to the Navigators as they go off against the Western Division's Danbury Westerners.
Thank you very much, Nick. It was a pleasure working with you, and I know this is your last year here in Newport, and just want to thank you for all the good times we've had calling these games. What a regular season we had, the 6 games between these 2 teams, and then the 3 game set here with the 2 games here at Cardines, the game up at Frazier. Just a wild ride, and the Navigator season continues. The Gulls comes to a close here, and thanks again. And we'll try and bring one home for the Eastern Division.
Thank you, James Smythe. Go get them. Don't go away, folks. We'll be down on the field with a full Newport Gulls post-game report coming up. We'll have player interviews, staff interviews, and we'll have a final wrap-up of this 2010 season for Newport. That's all to come next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We'll be back in just a few moments, so don't go away.
Welcome back here at Cardines Field here in Newport as our post-game report continues here in the final game of the 2010 season for the Newport Gulls, who fall here tonight in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Finals. It was quite a run for the Newport Gulls, making it once again to the second round of the playoffs for the 10th straight time in league history. I'm Nick Leamer. This is the Newport Gulls post-game report here in our final game of the season, now joined by George Bissell. George, this is your first year here in Newport, and what a heck of a year it was.
Well, I saw a pretty good year, Nick. I had a great time. I enjoyed just being around this team. It's a really exciting team. The atmosphere, the fans, the interns, everybody's great here in Newport. It's just a great atmosphere to come watch or play baseball.
So we're just waiting on some staff right now as we'll take a look around here at Cardines Field. Of course, the Newport Gulls intern staff over here to our left, as they were a big part of this 2010 season, keeping Cardines Field running, keeping things working here. Of course, the security staff also helping us out a lot of times. Sam Glynn. Sam, Newport Gulls Assistant General Manager. We're live here in the ACB Broadcast Network. Sam, this is your second year with the Gulls now. Yep. And, of course, it's tough to see the season end like this, but what a great season it was for Newport.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely a great season. It was a good run. You know, we were in it till the very end, so, you know, if there's any way to go out, you know, it's like this, at least we could do it in front of the fans. So, you know, we can thank them and appreciate the support all season, and, you know, we'll be back next year.
Of course, Sam, you're an integral part of the front office this year. Your position as assistant GM, a position the Gulls hadn't had previously. Will we perhaps see you again here in Newport?
Yeah, we're working on a couple things. Can't comment on them right now. So, but you know, I'd love to come back. It's a great place to be in the summer, and it's great baseball. And you know, it's sad it's over right now. It's kind of a little bit surreal. You know, it's done. We're not coming back tomorrow, and so it's a little weird. But you know, everything must come to an end. So.
What's your favorite moment of this 2010 season?
Favorite moment? I guess it would probably have to be the that last night here in Newport, the last home game, that walk-off win to kind of solidify first place and the best record in the NECBL. I think that was a big moment for us, just for the team, for motivation going into the playoffs. So I think that, I mean, there's so many great moments, Nick. You know that it's hard to pick out just one.
All right, Sam, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you again.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
As the Newport Gulls team huddle breaks up, and they will disperse behind us as they begin to say their goodbyes. Of course, the Newport Gulls, many of them may be heading home as early as tomorrow, and over the course of the next few days as they leave Newport, head back to all over the country. Just a couple of them native to Rhode Island, though many of these Newport Gulls players behind us getting set for their final journey out of the city by the sea. Who knows, some may be back here at Cardines Field. Others will bid goodbye forever, and of course, what a summer of memories they will have here in Newport. We get ready for our Newport Gulls post-game report here as we have many players hopefully joining us here in the next little bit. Newport Gulls catcher Bryce Nugent. Bryce, Newport Gulls catcher. Season comes to an end here tonight. Just got out of the team huddle. What did Mike Coombs and the coaching staff tell you guys there?
He just wanted to let us know that it was a pleasure coaching us, and we felt the same way. It was a pleasure playing for him and playing together for the whole summer, and it's kind of a bitter way to end the season. You know, we thought we had championship aspirations, but you know, all good things come to an end at some point, and we had a great run at it.
Certainly was a great summer here in Newport. Do you have any favorite moments and memories you'll take with you?
I think just coming to the ballpark every day and interacting with the guys and the fans. You know, the fans were great. Some of the best summer fans I've ever had, and I've played pretty much everywhere you can play. And, yeah, I mean, it was just a great time with everybody, and the city of Newport was just beautiful, and they treated us so well, and I want to thank everybody for everything.
Thank you, Bryce, for joining us, and good luck in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
As we continue here live at Cardines Field, Seth Simmons, Newport Gulls closer, who worked 4 times here in the postseason. Seth, coming in long relief here tonight to give the Gulls a shot, but the offense just fell short of this hot North Shore team.
Yeah, we hit the ball hard all night. You know, and sometimes that's baseball. It just doesn't fall. And that happened tonight. You know, we fell behind early, but I felt like the bullpen picked up Brownie. You know, he's not always going to go out and throw a complete game. So, you know, it happens. And we just, you know, we tried to scratch our way back in it, and that's baseball. It just didn't happen.
Of course, you had a miraculous summer here in Newport. Had a couple postseason saves, 10 in the regular season, set a new Newport Gulls team record. Of course, in appearing in 4 postseason games out of the bullpen. just a great summer for you here. I'm sure you had fun.
Oh, I had a great time, and it's always good when you pitch good. So, yeah, I had a great time. I just came up here. Coach told me to just pound the strike zone, and I did. And it's funny when Coach tells you to do something, it works. So I did that all summer, and, it paid off. And I really enjoyed it up here. I appreciate all the fans and the things y'all do and the support our coaches gave us. It was probably the best summer I've ever had. So I'm going to take it back with me to school. You
just left the team huddle. They have the final one here for this 2010 squad. What did the coaching staff have to tell you guys?
They just appreciated everything we did, and they said we were a joy to coach and everything, and they just wished us luck. Chuck gave us a couple words, and so did Chris, and you can't always go out and win championships, and as long as we had fun, that was their main goal, and I think the whole team did. So, they succeeded in their goal.
Seth Simmons, great job this summer. Thank you. We'll see you again in the future.
Thank you very much.
We'll continue live here at Cardines Field as the Newport Gulls post-game report continues as we look for many of the fans, the staff, and, of course, the players that made this great season possible here as the Gulls fall here in Game 3 of the NECBL Division Championship Series against the North Shore Navigators. Don O'Hanley joins us here. Don, you're donning the vintage Newport Gulls hat here tonight. I guess to give the Gulls a little luck, but their luck seems to have run out after 11-game winning streak was snapped, and they fell to North Shore.
The 2002 championship hat. And but this was a tough one, but they were up against a really solid club, and it was shown out here tonight with the excellent pitching and the very sound defense and the timely hitting. Unfortunately, our batters delivered some great blows, but they were distant and right into gloves. But that's what happened. That's the game. Now, if we had to lose to somebody, I think this may be good for the league because it will give North Shore a lift and other clubs that are struggling a little bit. We've had great success, and we have great backing, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of great success in the future.
All right, Don O'Hanley, thank you very much for joining us. As always, a class act here at Cardines Field, the best public address announcer in the league.
Thank you very much, Nick. I don't know about that.
As our post-game report continues here at Cardines Field in the final game of the 2010 season for the Newport Gulls, as the season has come to an end here in Newport. I'm Nick Leamer here at Cardines Field. George Bissell joining us momentarily. He's out there also talking to some of the players right now for us. We'll be joined here, hopefully in a moment, by Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs for some closing comments on this 2010 season as Newport falls 5-2 here in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. It'll be the North Shore Navigators and the Danbury Westerners to take on each other tomorrow night as NECBL baseball will continue on without the Newport Gulls. Only the third time in team history the Gulls won't be in the finals, but once again, they make a great run running into the Divisional Championship Series. We're still here now at Cardines Field as several of the players and Coach George Bissell, where were you off to?
I've been talking with some of the guys out in the field, Wished them goodbye. A lot of them are leaving in the morning, so, it's a sad time, Most of these guys are either going pro or going to go play in the Cape or somewhere else next summer, so a lot of these guys won't be back. But we hope some of them are, and we want to wish all of them the best as they move on in their professional careers.
Waiting on trying to get Mike Coombs over here in just a moment as we're live here in the NCBL Broadcast Network. Hoping to get the Newport Gulls longtime manager for some closing words here on the 2010 season as the players begin to disperse into the crowd behind us. Many of the fans staying behind after the game, waiting for the team huddle to break up so that they could come out here in the field and honor this team for all they accomplished this year.
A lot of the host families are out here, the fans, all the little children. This team is really, it's a closely knit family between the community and the team themselves. So these players really become attached with Newport, and this team means so much to the city. And it's a really sad moment in so many ways that most of these guys are never going to be returning. So, you got to enjoy it while you can, and that's the beauty of summer baseball. It's greatness is fleeting, The memories will last forever. It can only last so long in real life.
So the 10th anniversary season for the Gulls here in Newport. Season which we saw the All-Star game here at Cardines Field comes to an end here tonight. Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs. Skip, we worked together now for 6 years here at Cardines Field.
6 years, 6 wonderful years with the Lemur doing Lima time. And appreciate you.
Skip, the season comes in to an end here tonight, but the Gulls once again accomplished the feat of making it to the Divisional Championship Series and certainly gave the North Shore Navigators a run for their money.
Yeah, like I told the players, I'm really proud of the way they came back towards the end of June. And, you know, these guys, we had some talks, we had some chats, we had, you know, we ended up doing the right thing, and they came back and just, you know, were just so good and got it done, got the job done in the month of July. To win the league and win the home field advantage and all that was just tremendous. I told the guys, you know what I love about y'all? Everything. You played hard, you did camp hard, you did the talks, the readings very hard. You did everything for the organization, and but we just came up short. And that's a game of baseball, and you know the bats didn't, the big boppers didn't bop when we needed to, but you know, we hit some balls at people too, and you know that's the game. That's the game.
So the Newport Gulls players, of course, will be heading home. Many of them for the first time since perhaps the winter break from colleges. Many of them came from school almost directly here to Newport to play for the summer. They've been away from their families for a long time. I guess many of them anxious to get home, but they're going to be leaving behind a lot of memories here in the city by the sea.
Oh, yeah, they'll take home because the organization takes care of the players here wonderfully. And all these host families, they've made some connections with these people for a lifetime now. So it's, yeah, it's going to be something when they go back and, you know, talk to their family and talk to their friends and coaches and other players too.
Of course, not only the players get to go home, the coaching staff too. Kevin Winterroad, Scott Virgilak, John Riola, and yourself.
Yeah, we'll all, you know, go back to our respectful areas and do whatever we do in the real world. You know, this is fun to do, and it's you know, it's a good position to be in, to come up here and do this.
It's almost always a surreal moment when the season comes to an end, and we've seen it year after year now, and you wake up the next morning and realize there's no game to go to anymore.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you look at and you go, well, what do we do now? And either go to Boston, or in my case, I'll be going to Tampa, catch a game or two or whatever, and this fall I'll be catching some T-ball my grandson plays in, so that'll be good baseball.
Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, thank you for joining us. Thank you for all that you've provided us over the last 6 years here on our pregame, postgame shows, and being a great sport for us.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Nick.
Thank you, Skip. Yeah. So our postgame report continues here live at Cardines Field. We'll do everything we can to stay on as long as we possibly can. The Newport Gulls front office, players, coaches, staff, many of them are still here right now as we're live here at Cardines Field. Newport Gulls general manager Chuck Pava joins us here right now. Chuck, another season come to an end. They seem to go by faster and faster every year, and hard to believe that tomorrow we'll be waking up with no more baseball to play.
That's right, Nick. You know, I wonder if it's something to do with age. You know, I mean, I'm getting older and older, and I don't get any younger, of course, like nobody does. And it seems like every year the time goes by faster. And this year in particular, because I was really busy with other teams, but most importantly, you know, just time flies. You know, you're having a great time. You're around some very special kids who are going to be part of your life forever. You know, I love these kids. I love this team. I'm sorry they're going to go home already. But that's what the summer brings for us every year. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like raising a kid, you know, and then you're going to pass them off to go off to college. I know that's not a real accurate analogy in terms of the length of time, but we do love these kids. We're with them for 2 months, and then we wish them always the best.
Of course, give this team a lot of credit. 10 years now in Newport, and 10 times this Newport Gulls team has made it to the second round of the NECBL playoffs. Here they fall in Game 3 tonight after accomplishing the feat of 25 wins or more in the season. This team went 27-15, the best record in the league to round out the season. Won 11 straight games, the first time in franchise history, running up towards their last 2 losses here against the Navigators, who will go on to take on Danbury in the league finals. But the Newport Gulls will certainly leave this summer with a lot of great memories.
That's for sure. You know, I mean, listen, they finished 27-15, the best record. You can't take that away from these kids. They played their hearts out. You know, it's just baseball. This is what happens when you play the game. You know, sometimes it's just the way it is. And I feel for these kids, but they're going to go on. And as I told these kids in the circle, really, for me, it's about making a memory. It's our goal and my hope that they had the best summer that they can have, that we allowed them to have a great summer, and they'll have memories that they'll always remember being a Gull. They can stay in touch with us, and they'll always be a part of our lives.
Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paper, thanks for joining us here.
Thanks, Nick.
In the final game of the season.
And by the way, Nick, you did another outstanding job this year as our broadcast chief. You do a great job in the NECBL. I'm proud to have you as our media broadcast leader and your brother Tommy and his crew. Thank you so much for all you do for us, Nick.
Thank you very much, Chuck, as always. As we continue here live at Cardines Field here on the ACBL Broadcast Network, Newport Gulls scattering about, but Brendan Kelleher is nearby. Brendan, Newport Gulls left fielder, 41 games in the regular season, every postseason game. You're the workhorse of this team.
Long time, but you find the strength to kind of just leg it out and play every day. So it's a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
Of course, you get the All-Star nod as well. Just a great season overall for you here. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of memories carrying with you when you head home.
Yeah, I'm going to take a lot of it back. A great group of guys that I got to be with and meet. Everyone's so unique and so different, and then it's awesome to see everyone come together as one and over the summer just come together as a team, and it's really great to see that. So take that back with me.
Kind of tough to watch, of course, here at the end of the season, watching the hugs and the handshakes all around the field, but it always has to happen. The season has to end at some point, only this time it ends with a great playoff run.
It does. We gave it a good run, and we thought we had the team to do it, and sometimes in baseball, you fall a little bit short, and that's how the game goes. Anyone can beat anybody on any given night, so tonight, fortunately, wasn't our night, and of course, it gets a little emotional. It's been hanging out with a lot of these guys for 2.5 months, and it's tough to see everyone go. But in the same sense, it's upside to it is everyone gets to go back and take what they learned here in the summertime and bring it back to their schools. So it's a good thing.
George?
We talked a little, BK, and you said next year you're hoping the draft you get picked high, and you're ending your amateur career and moving on. Hopefully the major leagues one day.
Right, it's definitely a good incentive and a good thing to work for. Unfortunately, didn't get picked up this year. It kind of just gives me a little bit, something to look forward to more next year, and hopefully work a little bit harder. And, get some people to see me, and take my game to the next level. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Any team that watched you this summer, they saw a guy out there in left field, center field, who didn't make a single error this season, I believe. Outstanding defense, and you're excellent at the plate as well.
Thank you. It was one of my goals coming in. Sometimes, I struggle a little bit in the outfield, and I actually came in as an infielder in the beginning of my college career and moved out to the outfield. And, I've been constantly working at that game, trying to get my arm, a lot better, a lot stronger. And it's definitely good for me. It's a good thing to look up for, not make any errors this year and, play solid defense. And that's really, half the game of baseball. So.
So how do you think your time here in Newport has helped you adjust, hopefully, to that next level?
It definitely has. The league itself overall, I wouldn't just say Newport. I mean, the NECBL, great league all around, and definitely get the top competition here with pitching and both the hitters. So definitely feel that I've stepped my level up a lot, and that's what hopefully I can get to the next one.
All right, well, all of us here in Newport will be looking for your name. We hope to see you up in the show sometime soon.
All right, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, best of luck, Brandon Kelleher. And we got to pass the mic over here to Nick Lima and the Irish Army.
Thank you, George. We're here with the leaders of the Irish Army. We've got Killian Nolan, Colin McDonald here. Killian, we'll start with you as the Newport Gulls season comes to an end. Of course, we talked last year and the season came to an end. It was a bit of a different feeling when Newport won the championship. Here they fall, but in the playoffs after a great run.
True, yeah. I mean, they had a good season. They finished top of the regular season, but couldn't do it in the playoffs. So, unfortunately, that's the case. But we got some good memories this season again.
Of course, you've taken a bigger role here in Newport over the last few months.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you've been around and you're living here in the United States.
We're trying to make the whole living in America thing happen, yeah. But we'll be around and we'll be back supporting the Gulls again, I'm sure.
Colin?
Yes, sir.
Of course, the Newport Gulls falling here in the final game, but certainly a season with a lot of more great memories. What's this now, your 4th year?
It's our 4th year, yeah. It's obviously a little disappointing from last year because we went all the way, but you know we made it to the championship game the 2 previous years to that, and we're it's losing doesn't come hard to us, so we can accept it, you know.
And what are the feelings you have here on this final night in Newport?
It's pretty tough. It's my final night here. I'm flying home tomorrow, so it's a tough night. I'm pretty sad, but a lot going home, a lot of good memories.
Of course, no need to be sad here because a great season of memories was made once again. Could we get one more chant for our audience at home?
Yeah.
What can we get here? I'll step aside.
We get a nice let's go.
Let's get it one more time, fellas.
Let's go, Gulls! Let's go! Let's go, Gulls! Let's go! Let's go, Gulls! Let's go! Let's go, Gulls! Let's go!
Thank you very much, Killian, Colin, the whole Irish Army. Thank you again for all your support. The greatest fans the Gulls have. Never miss a game. As our post-game report continues here at Cardines Field, Nick Lima here on the ACBR Broadcast Network, and the finale of the 2010 NECBL season as the Gulls. We've got Stephen Lake over here now. You were a host family this season?
We were, yes.
First time, or?
My wife, this is Joanne.
How you doing, Joanne?
Hi. Hi.
Of course, we're live here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. And which player did you host?
We had Mark Appel.
Mark Appel, of course, the Gulls all-star pitcher this season. And how was your first experience as a host family?
It was fabulous. We got fantastic player.
This is our first time doing it, and you know, I know Chris and Chuck and Ronnie. I've known them for years, and we had 2 teenage, college-age daughters at home. We thought it would be a good summer to do it, and we lucked out with Mark. What a class act! What a great kid. He's a good baseball player, but he's a great kid, and his parents as well. You know, we're very impressed with this Gulls organization. I've been to games in past years, but I haven't been to a lot of games. But this year we came to a lot of the home games. Very, very impressed. Chuck and Chris and you guys do a fantastic job. Very impressed.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here in the post-game show, and maybe we'll see you again as a host family.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
Keep growing.
Thank
Go all the way.
Thank you. The Lakes, host family of Mark Appel this season, their first year as a host family here at Cardines Field. Joe Laughlin had her first season as a member of our staff here at Cardines Field, as one of our camera women, also as our associate producer. Joe, now the general manager of Anchor TV at Rhode Island College. You'll be getting back to that reality soon, but your first year here in Newport comes to an end.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm sad that it's over today, though. I mean, it's kind of a bummer, but it was a good game.
You have any great memories from this season?
There were a lot of really good plays that were really interesting. I haven't watched a lot of baseball before this, so it was interesting learning about baseball in general. So,
well, thank you for all your hard work this season, your first season with the Gulls as a camera operator, and also helping us out in the control room, too.
Thanks, Nick.
We'll see you back at Rick this fall. So the Newport Gulls round up the regular season here with a loss here at Cardines Field in the division finals. As you still look around for more Newport Gulls who are scattered all over the area right now. David Bentrott. David, Benny, 2-time Newport Gull, coming out of the dugout right now to join us here. David, 2 summers in Newport. It comes to an end here tonight, but certainly you have a lot of memories to live with.
Definitely have a lot of memories. It's been fun. This year was different for me. I mean, I learned a lot from my coach back home at UW, and got to use it this summer and teach some younger kids some new stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
David, what's next for you?
Hopefully gonna get my major finished up by next spring. Gonna be a teacher if no more baseball ends up for me. So I mean, if I don't end up getting drafted, I'll probably be teaching somewhere.
All right, Benny, good luck. Thanks for 2 great years watching you at shortstop and even second base this season here in Newport.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's been fun. Limit time. Thanks a lot.
All right, Benny, best of luck. As we continue here at Cardines Field, Jeff Brown and David Palms
Brownie and Palms. Jeff, grab David. He'll be joining us here in a moment. David Palms still talking over a couple of members of I believe his host family over there. Jeff Brown, 3-time Newport Gull, NECBL champion in 09. Season comes to an end here tonight. He had a tough start, but that's all in the past now. Now you're just thinking about the memories once again this summer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just got to forget about it. You got to have a short memory with baseball, but, this definitely didn't end it the way I wanted it to. But, I mean, I have a lot of memories. I can't even explain how many memories I have of the last 3 summers. And, I've had a great time this year. I worked my butt off, and, I just came up short this time and just, it didn't come out the way I wanted it, but it's all good. 3
years here in Newport. What's it going to be like next summer? You're going to want to walk down to Cardines Field.
Well, hopefully I'll be in pro ball. Hopefully I'll be on my way up to try and make it to the major leagues and work my way up, hopefully. But, I'll for sure come back and visit sometime. I don't know when it'll be, but it'll be sometime soon, hopefully, maybe in the winter. You never know, but we'll see what happens.
Of course, you're entering your final collegiate season coming up in the spring, and hopefully going off to pro ball after that. Of course, you learned a lot in college. What have you learned here from the Gulls?
I've learned a lot from all the coaches. I think the biggest thing I learned was just, basically attacking the strike zone. Attack it as much as you can, because obviously, it kind of showed today when you get behind, they sit on pitches and they hit you hard. But that's just the biggest thing in any level of baseball. You got to just pound the strike zone, and you'll be fine.
Jeff Brown, great work in your last 3 years. Great watching you pitch out there.
Thank you.
Best of luck in the future.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, Brownie. So our post-game report continues here at Cardines Field here in Newport as the 2010 season wraps up. We still look for what's becoming a dwindling number now of players and Gull staffers here in Newport as the season does come to an end. David Palms. David, 2-time Newport Gull pitcher. How you doing, David?
Thank you for everything this year.
How does it feel to be back here in Newport, another season, though, in the books?
Man, it feels great. It's kind of bittersweet right now. It's been an awesome summer. But, to end like this, it's a little frustrating. Being on that 11-game win streak or something and then losing too quick. It doesn't feel like it's over yet, it really hasn't really sunk in.
It's always odd when the season comes to an end, regardless if it's collegiate season, a Little League season, a summer collegiate season, and then you wake up the next morning, I don't have a baseball game to go to today.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird. I'm sure going to hit the beach all day tomorrow. But the weirdest thing is that, all these people are going off to different schools. So, at least when collegiate season is over, I'm going to see all the guys the next year. But it's weird. You don't really know if you're going to see these guys again. Hopefully keep in touch with a lot of them. But we'll see.
What's next for you, David?
Med school. Hopefully I get drafted, but definitely med school if I don't get drafted. So we'll see how that goes.
Thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck to you. Great watching the last 2 years.
Thanks for all your work and everything.
Thank you, David. Still here at Cardines Field as we wrap things up here momentarily. Of course, we still have much more still to come here as our post-game report continues. Kenny DeKroger, Newport Gulls left infielder, shortstop, third baseman. Kenny, talking with Representative Martin here, Gulls volunteer. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Very well. How you doing, Representative?
Another year.
Another year in the books.
Go and put this away, get it ready for next year, because it'll be my about my 8th year volunteering. And
I've been here as long as I have now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be a representative next year, but I'll be a Gulls volunteer. You can be sure of that.
Running for re-election again?
Yeah.
Best of luck to you, Representative.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kenny DeKroger joins us now here. Kenny, a season in the books. You carry this team through much of the summer as the Newport Gulls season comes to an end. Well, it happens, but the Gulls, of course, made it once again for the 10th year in team history to the second round of the playoffs. Really just another remarkable summer here.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate it had to end this way, but we really got together in the month of July, and I'm really proud of the guys for we had like an 11 or 12 game hitting streak. It was just a lot of fun. The whole thing was fun, and that's what summer ball's all about. Just having a good time, playing good baseball, and we definitely accomplished those two things.
Ken, you've had a lot of experience in baseball throughout your life. Where does this one fit in among all the rest?
I've never stayed in someone's house, like this over an extended period of time and played baseball. And doing it in Newport, I was really spoiled. I just had a great time, and the baseball was great, the fans were great, the town was great, so I really loved it.
All right, Kenny Kroger, thanks for joining us. What's next for you in the future?
Got a season to play at Stanford. After that, I don't know, but we'll see.
Best of luck to you, Kenny.
Thank you.
Good job. Mark Appel, Newport Gulls starting pitcher for much of the summer, coming in and inning a relief here in this ball game to keep the Gulls in the game. Mark, another season in the books here for Newport.
Yeah, it's been a great season. I've had a lot of fun. Guys on the team are great. I'm gonna miss them a lot. I don't know. I can't believe it's over already. It seemed like yesterday I was just getting off the flight and came in my first appearance after showing up to the game in the third inning. So it's just been a great summer.
You did a great job this summer, of course, earning an All-Star nod as well. How'd that feel?
It was great. I just was hoping to come out here, have some fun, meet some new guys, and get to play a little bit of baseball on the side. And it just turned out, God's really blessed me with a great summer this year.
Where are you going next, Mark?
Going back to Stanford. I'll be a sophomore next year, and hopefully help the Cardinal make it to Omaha.
And thinking long term, what are your future plans?
As of now, hopefully be a baseball player. But you never be too sure. So I don't know. I guess wherever God takes me, I'll be happy with it.
Mark Appel, thanks for some great baseball this season.
Thanks, Nick. It's been a lot of fun.
Best of luck to you. Post-game report continues here at Cardines Field as we begin to wrap things up here in Newport. I'd like to have Tom Lima, our executive producer, come out here onto the field to join us now. Tom Lima, of course, for 7 years has been an outstanding member of this crew. He served for the last 5 now as executive producer of Newport Gulls baseball. Came on as our director in 2005. Of course, in 2004, he was also a cameraman and a crew member, and he actually got to go back to his roots this year and do a little bit of camera, but for the most part, he's down in the control room there at 1 o'clock, sometimes 12:30 or earlier, setting everything up. He was here weeks before the season started, running cables, getting things ready to go. Tom, you're the workhorse of the Gulls broadcast operation, and without you, none of it is possible.
Thank you very much for that, Nick. I mean, it's always tough trying to get this done, but we strive to be the best in the league, and there's so many people to thank over so many years now from doing this. It's just an amazing experience, really.
It's really been a great 7 years for all of us here in Newport. We've learned a lot. We've grown a lot. When we started this, how old were you, Tom?
I was about 13, going to being a freshman in high school, now going to be a junior in college, or at least my third year.
And I was just about 19. I was going to be a sophomore in college, and I'm still a sophomore in college, but the Newport Gulls have really taught us a lot, and we've actually, I think, grown more closer as brothers since we've been part of this team.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite an experience just working with you, trying to get this done. It's not all easy all the time, but we strive and just go out there and give it all. And thank you, everyone who watched even a minute of any baseball games on Channel 18, on Cox Cable, or on the internet, on Team Line. It's just thank you for watching what we do here. We strive to be the very best.
All right, Tommy, I'll let you get back to the control room. Thank you again.
Right,
we'll be wrapping things up in a few minutes.
All right, Nick, thank you.
So the Newport Gulls fall here tonight in Game 3. The final score, North Shore Navigators 5 and the Newport Gulls 2. I have George Bissell come back out here, join us in just a few moments to wrap things up here on the ACBO Broadcast Network. We're not quite done here yet, but almost done as this 2010 season comes to a close. Of course, it's not over yet for North Shore. The Navigators will take on the Danbury Westerners tomorrow at Frazier Field. 6:15 start time for them. James Smythe, Melissa Barrett, they'll have the pregame show at 6 o'clock tomorrow as the Navigators look to win their first championship in team history. Of course, as a franchise, they've won it 3 times. Danbury Westerners have never won the championship. They've been in the game once against the team that used to be the Navigators, Middletown Giants, back in 1999, and they'll go for their championship run, Game 1 in the LCS starting tomorrow. Newport Gulls, however, will not be part of that this year as the season comes to an end here tonight. Don't go away. We'll come back to wrap things up next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So welcome back here one final time at Cardines Field here at Newport as the 2010, the 10th anniversary season for the Newport Gulls comes to a close here in the city by the sea. I'd like to pause for a moment and thank those who have made not just this broadcast possible, but all of our broadcasts throughout the summer here throughout in the city of Newport and also elsewhere around the league where we've taken the broadcast on the road for so many years. Before we get to that, before we tell you who made this broadcast possible, in a tradition begun by the late Boston Red Sox broadcaster Ken Coleman and carried on by Joe Castiglione, we sign off here in the 2010 season with the words of former Major League Baseball Commissioner A. Bartlett Giamatti. It breaks your heart. It is designed to break your heart. The game begins in the spring when everything else begins again, and it blossoms in the summer, filling the afternoons and evenings, and then, as soon as the chill rains come, it stops and leaves you to face the fall alone. You count on it, rely on it to buffer the passage of time, to keep the memory of sunshine and high skies alive. And then just when the days are all twilight, just when you need it most, it stops. Today, August 7th, a Saturday of sunshine, with rain on the horizon and cooler weather on the horizon and broken branches and leaf-clogged drains and slick streets in the forecast, it stopped. And summer, for this team and everyone that makes it possible, was gone. The executive producer of Newport Gulls Baseball is Tom Lima, our director as well throughout the last 7 seasons for the Gulls. Our producer, Everton Carter. Our associate producer, Joel Laughlin. Our on-site engineer, Jason Jasinowski. Our audio technician, Ryan Bencourt. Our production assistant, Lawrence Cunningham. Our statistician, Josh Leibowitz. Our camera operators, Nick Rondo, Candace Hibbard, Hannah Blatt, Jacob Voot, and Everett Collins. I'd like to give a special thanks to all those who made our broadcast possible. Chuck Paver, Gulls General Manager, Chris Patsos, Ron Westmoreland, Greg Fader, Mark Horan, Sam Glynn, Manager Mike Coombs, Brian Medeiros of NCTV, Victoria Blazer of Tiverton High School, Scott Virgilak, Pete Siasi of Bonnet Shores Beach Club, Sarah Silver from Clements Market, as well as Don Sanchez, Chris Bonanno, and our former executive producers, Steve Rice and Steve Andrade, and our longtime color man, Steve Awansky. Newport Gulls fall here tonight in the final game of the 2010 season. The final score here in Game 3 of the Eastern Division Finals. The Newport Gulls 2, the North Shore Navigators 5. The season comes to an end. Newport Gulls baseball will go on. Of course, the hot stove dinner coming up in the off-season. The 2011 season promises to be just as exciting as the 2010 season. But this 10th anniversary season in here in Newport has wrapped up. For James Smythe and George Bissell, Tom Lima, and our entire broadcast crew here at Cardines Field, it has been an outstanding 7 years and a privilege to be part of this baseball organization throughout this time, seeing some of the greatest baseball games you can imagine. 2 NECBL championships, multiple runs throughout the postseason. It really has been something to behold, and I have been honored to be part of it all. I'm Nick Lima here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Until the next broadcast for Newport Gulls Baseball, so long, everybody.